Okay, I think we're live. So we gotta wait for people to come. I'm gonna go upstairs and see what it looked like.
Okay.
And then I'll call you to tell you to talk.
Yeah, leave me here to talk to myself. Because I don't know if anybody's here. And I can't see the chat. I don't know if this chat is this chat. Comments. Uncarded reviews. Can you see us? I see uncarded reviews on there. I don't know if anybody's watching. Oh, Lord. Yes. It looks better. I don't know if anybody can see us or if there's any comments or what. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see. It says Zoran the Barbarian. Hello, friend. Okay, somebody is there. This is another test, and for anybody who might catch this after the fact, or anybody who jumps in here really shortly, the last couple of days there's been problems with the live stream. We did a live interview with Tony from EGS Comics, and we found out actually the next morning, that there were a lot of technical issues. Oh, you were bored tonight, huh? Okay. You're welcome. And LPH will be back down here in a minute. She's right here. That's LPH, and that's me. But anyways, we looked terrible. He looked okay, except he had some wonky business with his green screen, but we looked absolutely terrible. So we wanted to find out what the problem was. So we spontaneously went on live last night and ended up chatting for about 2 hours with some of the viewers, but we still looked bad. It didn't look good, and the sound was kind of popping in and out. And so we've been working on it all day, and a lot of credit to LPH for a lot of dedication to getting that straightened out as well. And I guess now we look normal. Are we back looking clear again? And can people hear us properly? Because that's really kind of the idea, is for us to be seen and heard to the best of our ability.
Hey, Zorn, it says we got 7 people watching. So that's
cool.
I'm
waiting to see if anybody comments.
Yeah.
I gotta see how far behind we are now too, because I'm looking at myself on here, and I'm holding the phone. So I'm like,
oh yeah,
well, look how far behind we are here.
Okay, so
I guess I don't know how much of a lag that is. Usually it should only be about 60 seconds.
When I left from upstairs, the phone was already down. So I don't know what you got going on with your phone.
Robert online.
Robert is there. Video looks good. Can you hear us good? Yeah. Robert.
How well can we be heard? And is it choppy at all? Are we breaking up? Because we jumped through a lot of hoops to get this where we are now.
Yeah, Robert, you binge watch a lot now, because last night you were binge watching Columbo.
Babylon 5.
Now he's binge watching Babylon 5.
Best part of Babylon 5 is when Chakar is in court.
Oh yeah.
And he ends up being put under house arrest for harassing. Oh God, what is that guy's name? Ambassador. I can't think of it now. The guy with the peacock haircut.
I don't know.
But he openly admits it. He was like, "Oh, the charge is that you did this maliciously." And he was like, "Yeah, I did." And he just totally admitted to it. It was funny.
Oh, he says that the video is freezing pretty bad. Hey, really? Gilgamesh, how are you?
We're having freezing issues. Anybody else experiencing that?
Yeah. Week off. back to work. Have we go? Oh, you're a school teacher? Because I know the schools are closed here.
Oh, there is I saw it. I'm still looking at it on the phone, and I did see a freeze there.
Okay.
And I don't know if that means we need to switch the other antenna back, or
Yeah, I'll try that.
we can try that later on.
Because if I pull it out now, of course we're gonna lose all our internet.
Yeah.
But I'll switch the antenna. Yeah, now I just joined in on your phone.
Is the video and audio in sync?
Yeah, that's another one. Is the video?
Robert says he's got it clear.
Okay, so Robert has it clear. Gilgamesh, how are you seeing us?
Oh, that was a season cliffhanger when he jumped off the ledge. He tried to commit suicide, or he intended to die. I guess it's not exactly suicide; it's more like kamikaze.
Okay, coming in clear.
All right.
I say just leave it since the audio is working fine. Okay. Oh, he's a clerk. Okay.
All right.
I know around here that the schools are closed this week. They never go to school. At least every month they're off for like a week.
All right.
And I don't understand what that's about, but whatever.
Yeah, see, it stopped again.
Oh yeah. Well, hopefully
we'll
get that fixed.
Because we have a live interview tomorrow night at 7 p.m. with Alan from Comic Collector Geek.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll switch the other antenna in.
Yeah.
And hopefully that'll keep that choppiness down. That'll help to cut down on that choppiness. But we do look clearer. I can see myself there, and we look.
Yeah, and I looked at it on the TV upstairs, and it was clear again. So that's good. We got another service, and you know we did all that. It's just like wow, you know. But you can't live free your whole life. You got to pay the piper.
Yeah. And there's Mr. question mark.
No, Miss
something.
Mr.
something.
Hey,
that's us.
How are you?
But anyway, we got the interview tomorrow with Alan from Comic Collector Geek, and then on Tuesday we have the Dark Shadows. That'll wear you down after a while though, because they keep bringing the same. They'll kill somebody and bring him back and
as a different character.
Yeah, but Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. we get the interview with Jason from New 80s Revolution. So we just want to provide the best experience that we can for the people to take the time to join us on the live streams.
Lieutenant Falcon. We never saw the classified line. He's talking about G.I. Joe. We haven't seen that character.
I haven't studied it because I stopped collecting them way back because I could never find them and I got fed up with it. Mr. J, I see.
But I've been
Mr. for a while now. Okay. Is it supposed to be Mr. J?
Oh, okay. Oh, that looked like a S, like a cursive S.
Oh, we need more or an upside down question mark.
Oh, okay.
Which is actually a representative of a sound. Where you see an upside down question mark, it's a sound like
testing. Are we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're working on it out of sight.
Yeah,
we are working on it.
We're working on everything. We're going to work on our reception. Now we got the video and the audio clear. Now we have to work on our internet. And that's crazy because we got the same internet stuff. We got the computer in the exact same spot, but now the service is slow. And we got the 5G. We should have kept the regular internet.
Yeah, they made all these promises for 5G and they all lied.
Y'all suck.
Yeah, they don't work.
Yeah. So, what can you do? You try and you get screwed. What do you do? Because the mouse isn't pulling now.
Well, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Where it's got tangled up. Let me have it for a second.
Yeah.
We
got Easy Lemon Squeezies here. He said the audio is fine, but the visual not so much. So again, we're still working on that. And we got one step. We're getting closer. So we're getting closer and closer as we go. And one day we're gonna have it all figured out.
Hopefully.
We got John. is
John
here.
is here
Hey,
again.
John.
So we look clear, but it's still chopping a little bit, basically.
Yeah. Finally got internet on TV. Used to watch on my phone. I
Oh,
can't watch nothing on the phone. That's just I don't know how people
do it
do
all
that.
day. To sit there and
Yeah. I've got, like the YouTube on the TV and all of the various apps on the TV. So when I watch YouTube, I watch it on TV. I don't watch it on the phone. I don't even watch it on the computer. I watch it strictly on the TV. Now, if I'm listening to music on YouTube, I'll play it through the phone. I won't watch it, but I'll play it. But yeah, to sit there on the phone and just watch a full length movie or a TV show, I'm like, whoa. I don't know how to
Robert, now that a 60-inch TV costs the same as a phone, you can do that. Because those prices really have come down over here.
Thank you.
We're trying,
Easel.
We're trying.
It was easy.
Easel.
It's easy lemon.
Is it? Oh, easy.
Lemon.
Well, where's the peasy? Because it's easy peasy.
Oh, is this
lemon squeezy?
Is this easy lemon squeezy, and that's it?
Where's Peasy?
You don't need.
What did you do to Peasy?
He just need to squeeze up them lemons.
Do I need to dig up your yard? What happened to the poor guy? But
if I watch anything on my phone, I need reading glasses. Yeah, and I can't do nothing on that phone like that. I think you fixed the problem.
We're trying.
Yeah, we trying to do the best we can. We want to put out good quality content. So people, because we watch videos too, and some of them are great and some of them not so much. Either it's the sound, background noise, or the video quality. So we want to make sure that we got good video quality so people can enjoy it. And see, easy lemon squeezy. Told you.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And where's Peasy?
He don't need Peasy. All he needs is a big old pitcher of sweet tea so he can squeeze the lemons in it.
Well, you get the lemon concentrate.
No.
And you just put a little few drops in there. All right.
You got to get that whole lemon and cut it in half.
Then you get seeds in there and you swallow them by accident.
That's right. That's when you got some real good sweet tea.
Oh, no. Is that so? Hey, now that we're clear, and I can do a short or a whole video on it, but now that we're clear enough, which was basically just Restream pulling an okie doke on us, because we were fine for months. And then all of a sudden, the last two videos, it looks like we're broadcasting from Neptune. And and they were like, oh, well, you need to upgrade your service. And I'm like, really? But we're actually on Restream right now.
No, we're not.
No, we're not on Restream. We're on, where the hell are
StreamYard.
StreamYard, same difference. But StreamYard was a little cheaper. Ultimately, that was the decision-making factor.
David gonna pinch them pennies.
No, I don't have any laser discs actually. But that's a really inexpensive collectible. If anybody's into that, even if you don't play the laser discs, hell, sometimes they even turn up sealed, and they're cheap. People aren't into those, considering that they used to cost hundreds when they first came out. They were not cheap. But
okay,
I have
that. Gotta check out the action figure news.
Oh,
lemon.
Okay, it's only 20 minutes today, I think.
Yep. Cut them in half and squeeze the lemon in your eyes.
Oh, is that what you do? But I do have that Dalek costume.
Okay, yeah, show it.
I can show a little bit if anybody wants to see the Dalek costume that I picked up from the Retro Toy Swap, because it's actually sitting over here on the table in the case. One of the rarest. It's not really. I guess it kind of counts as a toy because it is a play suit, even though they don't quite do Halloween. But they did have play suits. The cheesiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But one of the rarest collectibles you'll ever find.
Yeah. It's sad what's going on with Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
I mean, he got that disease that's like ultra rare. He's like the only person on earth that has it, and now he has dementia.
Yeah, that's what they say.
It's like, wow.
Well, I mean, if you can't discern language anymore, you're going to start losing your marbles anyways. You don't know what anybody's saying.
The last movie I saw him in came out in 2022 when he was in the prison, and they had captured all of the mutants. They had a, I don't know, if a race of mutants, and they had superhuman powers or superpowers, and they
Yeah, it
collected them
was
all
goofy.
up and put them in prison. And he had a superpower, and the movie was good, and he acted good, but you could tell he was talking slower than
Normal.
normal.
Yes.
It didn't come off bad. It didn't come off bad at all, but he was talking a lot slower. Um, so I don't know, but it was a good movie. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I think they get back to Garibaldi because he's gone for a while, but
Who's
then he turns up.
Garibaldi?
Chief Security Officer on Babylon 5.
Oh, 720. Well, we on 1080. That's what we're on.
Uh-huh. And it could just be wherever you're connected.
My buddy Cass is watching.
Alaska.
Oh. Still
Earthlink dial. Hey!
Earthlink. When they had the disc. Earthlink used to have the disc.
And you have to wait for the tone. People don't know that fax machine tone anymore.
I think his best recent film is Looper.
Looper was all right.
I remember seeing it in passing in their 50s. Yeah, it's a lot of actors now.
Those people,
Lisa Marie.
Those people live a hard life though. In that they abuse themselves. A lot of them are very depressed. A lot of them abuse a lot of substances. They live these hard and fast lives. I remember, what was that? Diary of a Video Vixen. I actually read that book, and she talked a lot about the designer drugs that a lot of those celebrities use because she was using them. And it's like this combination drug. It's got amphetamines, cocaine, and Viagra in it. In like this designer pill that is made specifically for people in that lifestyle, and that they eat them all day. And he was like, they don't sleep, they horny all the time, and it's weird. And it's like if you were doing something like that to your body, or even just regular narcotics or alcohol, you just wear yourself out. Look at Ozzy Osbourne. It's amazing he's still alive, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, he didn't get to do a Fifth Element.
I don't know if it needed a sequel though, because they ended it. But sometimes when you do sequel stuff like that, they screw it up. You know.
You guys got me into older toys, and I just want to say your museum is elite, very, very visibly pleasing room, and your series of building it was incredible.
Oh, you saw the from this to this video? That's a lot of work.
Yeah, David did that work.
Yeah, this is a labor of love, and it took a long time. And I hope
it didn't take as long as I thought it was.
Well, to build to get all of the stuff, you know, because people think, oh, look at all that unlimited income. No, it's a lot of work and a lot of deals and a lot of wheeling and I hope you saw the series that we did on the series we did on inexpensive action figures. Because we've done 3 70s, 80s, and 90s so far. Because you know, there's the pieces out there that are like stupid expensive now, but there are inexpensive alternatives from those time periods that are actually pretty desirable toy lines. A lot of them.
Yeah.
I know one person was flipped out over the because they commented on Facebook, I think, actually, over the Fat Albert figurines.
Oh yeah.
Because they're not expensive, like $10-15 a piece at the most. And he was like, "Oh my God, I remember those. My brother had those." It just, the bulb went on, and he was like, now he wants to find them. You know, something like that. So yeah.
I did like Unbreakable. All 3 of the movies in that series was actually pretty good, and I like the way that they tied them in. And I'm not really a fan of that M. Night Shyamalan, whatever his name is, but he did
Shyamalan. He's hit or miss.
Yeah, because he can have like The Village. Oh my God, I don't know what he did with that. And that one about the wind, when the wind and the leaves.
The trees were killing people. Yeah, the trees were making a spore that caused people to commit suicide. Yeah, that was bad.
The Unbreakable, the trilogy of that was actually pretty good. And I think, and Samuel Jackson did real good. I didn't like the way they killed off Bruce Willis though in the 3rd one.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of lame. how they killed him. But the series itself was actually pretty good. I can watch that again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they were both 34?
Huh.
Wow.
You'll be all right, Robert.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your life isn't as rough as theirs.
Yeah, and yeah, John, hard life, not necessarily because they have a very pampered, privileged life, but a lot of those people don't appreciate it, and they abuse themselves or they
Yeah.
want more.
New
Yeah,
meaning to
up all
say.
night.
Yeah.
Combination answer. Jeff is here. Fifth Element didn't need a sequel. Was a great homage to sci-fi and action films. Yeah,
Yeah.
they created a whole world within that film. Yes,
Oh,
we are eventually going to do one for the early 2000s, like up to about 2010, 2012-ish. Red with Carl Urban. Did we see that one? I don't remember.
I'm almost sure we didn't. I don't think I ever heard. Did David digging to catch up on the videos he's uploaded?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, David.
And people do that because I get comments on video, like roundups from like 2 years ago, and
who watching a roundup from?
And making comments on stuff because a lot of people, it's weird, but I guess it's not weird. It depends on your taste. But there are people that I've had comment that that I'm not really all even into that so much. I just like watching you guys interaction. And okay,
hit or miss. Yeah, David did that trench. Oh God, it's the whole story with.
Oh, is that what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That the whole story with those trenches, I still shake my head about that thing. And we had a flood in the area, and the basement flooded right before we did the framing. No, right before we put up the drywall, and he runs out in the rain and starts digging a trench.
He's talking about trenching the house for.
Yeah, but you started with digging that one trench down the whole yard,
because we
didn't
know,
you went to around the house.
We didn't know where the water was coming in until the flood happened because it was previously damaged basement.
Yeah,
and so I trenched the house in the rain with a shovel. It was in a major downpour to redirect the water around the property.
It was like Noah's Ark rain, and then he's out there digging.
And then I trenched the house because 3 feet down and 2 feet wide, all the way around the entire foundation, so that I could reseal the outside of the house properly. But which estimates on it to do that work was like 10 grand just to dig it out. Never mind the ceiling.
Yeah,
and I was like, $10,000 to get somebody to come here with a backhoe for 2 hours and trench the house. Get me a shovel, and I'll do it.
But we did find where the water was coming in, and it was a hole.
Yeah, we found it.
We patched that and dug the trench, but not we, David. Because I say we, I'm sitting there watching and filming and giving him something to drink, making sure he take breaks. Get some water. Yeah, that movie wasn't happening about the leaves and the trees and stuff. Yeah,
that was lame.
That movie was. It
was really lame. That was hella lame. Hella lame.
His week
was water. How does he drink? How does he take a shower?
But
there's things they didn't think about.
No, it wasn't just that. I could get with that. It was in the first movie, Unbreakable. Somebody. Okay, it was storming and somebody was in the pool and he got them out of the pool. So, so that means he can't be afraid of water. He had to be, maybe he couldn't swim well, but the pool wasn't deep enough. I don't know. But he did jump in that pool and got that person out.
Maybe he's not able to hold his breath.
I don't know. I just thought that was crazy.
It was stupid.
I thought it was. I thought that if they wanted to kill him off, I thought they could have did better than that. I didn't know there were the third Unbreakable.
Yeah, it's part of a trilogy.
Yeah, it's called. It was it The Beast? No, it wasn't The Beast. I can't think. If you look it up though, if you do a Google search on it, you'll find it. But it is 3. It is. It
Yeah.
is 3 of them, and the third one ends.
They're just not all called Unbreakable.
Yeah, it's not
It's,
called Unbreakable, but they're all tied together. Hey, James, how are you?
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Glass.
Easy says it's Glass. Yeah,
Yeah.
Glass is the second one.
Glass is the second, and then the third one, I still don't know what the third one. Or was the third one Glass?
I don't remember.
And then not so much. Yeah. Mr. Glass. Yeah.
And then there's Stone Sour.
Hey, Stone Sour
has joined us. Yeah, we finally got, I think, the bugs worked out.
Is it still freezing, or has the freezing got better?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Somebody tell us.
Yeah, somebody tell us. We still got nobody's saying anything.
Yeah.
But we got the
video cleared up, and I think the audio was okay, even though we had some mic problems while setting up.
Oh wow! John says my collection is still inside my travel luggage and inside of our water heater closet. Meanwhile, Debbie and Elizabeth have a contractor working on a new room addition for their collection.
Yeah, I'm the contractor here. For all intents and purposes.
Maybe you got a pantry and you can clean it out.
Yeah.
I've seen people do it and it look real nice. You get the right shelving and you just switch your stuff out so you can see it. I love going back and watching the old videos, and I come.
There you go.
Well, thank you for watching. Retired, Extremely Dangerous. Great comic, great flick. Hey, I binged your channel when I first found it. The pickups, the tours. It was the CLP get that big. Oh,
are you talking about the was it the Batmobile or the
No,
wing?
It was the Batwing. It was the Batwing.
Yeah, at the that was at the Joe Fest.
No, that was at the Retro Fest in South Carolina. That Retro Fest that comes up twice a year.
I don't think it was at Retro Fest.
I think so. Okay. Much why I'm interested in collecting Migos. Rick and Morty reviews have me hyped.
Are they doing Rick and Morty and Migo?
I never saw Rick and Morty. Everybody says it's pretty good, but I think it's on Netflix or Hulu or something, and we don't have that. Then for the Batmobile.
Yeah, she has that one animated series Batmobile that was like a DC Direct.
Yeah.
That matches in scale to the what was it? The Batman the Animated Series action figures.
Yeah.
And they did the Batwing, like a scale one.
Yeah.
The Batmobile, and then they did the Batcave, which had an Alfred exclusive figure.
Sometime you can find that Batmobile on bids on eBay. But with eBay, you gotta look, because I found some stuff on eBay, and sometimes people are sleeping on it, and you can get some stuff, and you're like, wow, I can't believe I got that. So just keep looking, and I know we've seen it at shows a couple of times, and it's about 2 stores I've seen it in. So it's out there, but take a chance on eBay on bids. So the bids, I usually get good luck on bids.
Yeah, she's had a lot of good fortune with bids. Robert says he loves watching us live stream. It makes my day. I don't watch the comic grade stuff because it confuses me. Well, that's all right.
Yeah, David's big on grading. I'm not big on grading. I don't care for it. I like having my books out and about so I can touch it and everything. But I don't not grading. I got a few books. I got a couple of books I'm thinking of graded. But after that, I probably won't grade anymore because I like having them loose. All right, I agree. I didn't need a sequel. I just want to see more of Lilo Dallas in this outfit.
That outfit made no sense. Lilo.
Because he never grew up watching the anime. I'm more in the Batman Begins Batmobile for some hobby. The Batman animated series is actually pretty good. It's a really good show. Well acted. Not acted, but I guess the voice acting is really good.
And then the storyline
is good.
And it's got some adult themes in it you don't expect. that and think I brought this up before with Harley Quinn and the Joker, and she's like this one bit where she's crawling on the desk wearing a teddy, and she turns around in front of Joker and says, "Hey, Joker, you want to rev up on your Harley?" and then he gets up and smacks her.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the hell is going on here?
It's a good show though. It's actually pretty good. And like I said, the dialogue is good. The portrayal of the characters. I keep wanting to say the acting. I guess the voice acting is good. You might like it if you watched it.
Yeah.
If you might actually like it. The video was good. David hardworking, making it all look easy. Split. That's the name of the movie.
Okay.
That was the third one, Split. And those three movies, I can actually watch those again. I'm not a big fan of watching movies over and over again, but I could watch that again.
Hank wants to know if we ever go on a holding pattern on collecting. He's in one right now.
Yeah, I am.
For a big show. Yeah, sometimes you need to put the brakes on.
Hey, Paul, Patrick
Peluso. I don't know.
Yeah, I go into a holding pattern because we got a big show coming up at the end of March, and I want to save up all my money for that. So, or sometime I just don't want to spend nothing for a while, so I'll delete eBay off of my phone. I won't look at it. Don't look at auctions. Don't look at what's available. Don't go on Amazon because I do buy comics on Amazon, and I have bought toys on Amazon. Don't go on Mercari. I've taken that off of my phone totally, just to save up some money to do something else. So sometimes you might have to take a break. And like right now, I'm starting to get like toy fatigue just from the constant
stuff, especially.
Well, not just the modern, even some of the older stuff. It comes out like right now. I'm watching something and deciding if I want to even get it, and I kind of do because I know it never comes up. But then I'm like, I don't really even care that much. I kind of do, but not enough to like push me over the edge because you get overwhelmed with the amount of products that's out there, how often it comes out, and of course the price. And then other things come up in life. You need to get a new battery. You need a oil change or something like that.
Yeah.
You got a broken window. You need to buy some food or something. I don't know. Daughter need braces.
Yeah.
Who knows?
No, we didn't see No Time to Die.
What's that? The James Bond movie?
I think it was.
Oh, I don't watch James Bond.
No. And John says his daughter's collection room is nearly the size of Madison Square Garden.
It's pouring rain here in LA. Oh, I've heard y'all got a blizzard warnings in LA. Or is that Louisiana? Or is that LA?
I don't know. Yeah, Vorlons look like jukeboxes. Yeah, they're all bulky.
Thank you, Stone Sour.
Oh yeah, thank you, Stone Sour. Cat Fund.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know,
and then you got to buy all kind of cat food and stuff.
We take care of a lot of strays.
And they think all they're supposed to do is eat all day.
Yeah, well, what else are they going to do? The cats
sleep.
But we appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
Doink the Clown with $2.
Yeah, Doink the Clown. But that's Stone Sour. But yeah, he has the Doink there.
Oh, so I scooped that up.
A lot of people got that Batcave and took Alfred out of it because that's the only time he was ever done, and then just sold the Batcave because they didn't want it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's some Rock Lords and some Rock Gnarlies back there on the
hey Jay,
hanging back there.
I've never slabbed a book. Turns it into a big baseball card. We saw a guy today. He was showing. It's a case you can buy, and it looks like a slab case, but you can open and close it. Now, I would do something like that if I had a super expensive book that I really cared for. Like I don't know, maybe my Batman book that I got that I think is the best on earth. Nobody else does. Something like that, but just to have it in a slab and then you can't look at it, you can't read it. I mean, I don't know. I just I don't see a point in all that.
Well,
You should have MIB back.
yeah, well, we got. I don't know if you were on when I had said it, but we got Jason from New '80s Revolution on Tuesday.
Yeah, and then we got Alan from Comic Collector Geek on tomorrow.
Yeah,
And he'll be here to talk and
I got a
shoot the breeze.
couple other things lined up. It's not ironed out yet.
Yeah, I'm getting the 1/6 scale figure. 300 is
300 for this, 800 for
that.
that. Yeah,
It gets old. Yeah, going back 3 inches cheaper. Yeah. Mondo 1/6 chapter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah. I'm out of Mondo though. After that, that whole fiasco. Yeah, I'm done with Mondo now.
Comics. Bane killed after breaking his neck. Also heard he left his fortune to Dick Grayson.
Alfred had a fortune.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. He probably did. They gave Alfred some money.
I don't know. I thought Alfred worked for free.
No.
He never had a girl. Did he ever have a girlfriend? I never saw Alfred with a woman.
It seemed like on one episode of the animated series he did, it seemed like.
Oh, that's right. When he went to the went to that resort. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they got hypnotized there.
Yeah.
Robert, you didn't see that follow up?
Yeah.
Because I finally did get some communication going with them. I did a follow up video on it. They had offered either to give me a replacement torso and a $50 credit, and I'd have to wait till April or May for the torso, or give me a refund. I'll just return it to them. And I just took the refund. I didn't want to go any further with it because, like I had pointed out in the video, that's the third figure in a row that had problems because there was some minor problems with the Hordak. But then there was a lot of problems apparently with the 40th She-Ra. A lot of them were missing accessories, and a lot of them were put in the packaging correctly, and their noses got mashed, and so they had to do a lot of head replacements. So now you're on your third figure in a row, and problems are getting worse, not better. And mine, of course, was broken across the torso. It snapped off. But I also heard from a lot of people that said they had a problem where it came not even connected in the package, and they were not able to connect it because the ball joint was actually too short, so it wouldn't reach. And so they had to get replacements too. But I was just like, I don't want to bother anymore. I just got off of that. Besides, they're getting more and more expensive. They're going up, and they're going up more, and they're coming out more frequently. And I'm kind of fatigued with that as well. So I've backed off a lot of the new stuff myself.
Yeah. On card it says that Mondo gave him the $50 gift card. They offered you that gift card, but you turned it down.
Yeah.
David has Japanese toys.
I do.
The Mazingers, aren't they Japanese?
Well, those are actually the Mattel versions.
Oh, but still Japanese.
I got a couple of odds and ends just kind of floating around.
That's Japanese. Let me move that so you can see.
Like this.
No Japanese words on it.
Yeah, this is Japanese though, but it's the space car Mysteron, which is based on Captain Scarlet. And you'll never find this. This is extremely difficult to find. I've got. Oh, this is sitting over here. Watch Q. The transforming watch Takara pre-transformer. Still sealed in the box.
Oh, the watch transforms?
Yeah.
Oh.
The watch comes off and it can turn into a jet.
Oh. I don't know
and
about all that.
You have that Takara Megatron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she has the original 1974 Takara Megatron.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Or like this one. That's the Ultraman Icarus, and this is a 1984 version, I think. Just some odds and ends kind of floating around.
Debbie picked up the 1974 Raggedy Ann board game for $7.
Oh, board games. A lot of them don't go for a whole lot. It's a nice collectible if you have the space for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. But that's with anything you collect, the space. Even comic books take up space after a while.
Yeah.
You start getting those boxes going.
Yeah.
Too bad Mono couldn't give you a trade in with something else better. That Cringer.
Cringer, huh?
Hey, Fabio. Yeah, 2 screens. We're actually going to be 3 because we're going to do another one tomorrow.
Yeah. So we've got the interview tomorrow.
Oh, good. We sound and look great.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
worked on it all day.
Yeah, and we wanted to test it before tomorrow. Elizabeth is bidding on a signed
Oh,
drawing.
wow.
Wow, by Chuck Jones.
Chuck Jones.
She's holding at 38. Tell her don't be like B. If the bid is at 39, don't put 39.50.
That doesn't work very well.
It sometimes it does, but
Yeah.
most time it doesn't. So you got to bid a little bit more. Is there any recent toys that haven't been increasing in price? To be honest, every new release is a new higher price.
Yeah, they're all going up.
Yeah.
They're going up, and or like if you saw even in the roundup when I showed the new wave of Legends figures for Guardians 3, they have almost no accessories. None of them even have hand change outs anymore. They've done away with that. So it's like you're getting less and less, but the price is going up.
Yeah. And I feel you on that one, Carded, because I know like at Big Bad Toy Store, I got a ton of stuff. When I had my statues, I had a ton of statues on pre-order. And then you get to the point where you're like, well, I can't back out now. I just got to keep going and suck it up and just get it. And, but that's just how it goes, I guess.
Yeah. Sometimes it does.
And then Mondo is still coming out with more masters because we saw the one for Beastman.
Yeah, Beastman, Trapjaw, Panther.
Yeah.
Battle Armor Skeletor.
And another one.
Teela.
Oh yeah, Teela.
I mean, just for the first quarter.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, slow down a little bit.
I think they're supposed to announce all of that before June. So that's a lot of figures.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a lot, especially if the price goes up on each one and the quality doesn't get better.
And then you take a look at when the first He-Man, even the deluxe version, which is the one that I have, is $100 less than the very last one they just put out. And it hasn't been that long. And you get roughly about the same amount of accessories. So I'm like, why? It's up $100. And then it falls apart because you changed your plastic formula.
Yeah.
To be cheaper even. And I'm like, oh, come on,
Yeah, you trying to save $2, but then you're gonna charge everybody else $20.
And whatever they might have earned, they've lost it now, having to recast torsos for everybody.
And reship it or refund people money, give out those $50 gift cards.
Yeah.
They've lost more than they saved. If they had just stuck with what they were doing at first, they wouldn't have lost a dime. They would have been making money.
Yeah.
But so Gilgamesh just won the Earthrise Skyling, and he's been looking for that for a couple of months. So now he feels good because he got something that he really wanted.
Depending upon what it is, sometimes you got to bid.
Yeah.
Certain things that they don't come up very often, and you got to jump in. I like Indiana Jones.
I'm not a fan of Indiana Jones.
I'm not really
looking.
That kind of movie.
Dial of Destiny, is that the new one?
Yeah, that's the new one. I'm not so sure I want to see it. I like the original trilogy.
Hey, Jeans.
Crystal Skull. I don't know. I didn't care for the direction they went in with it because it's a change in format. Because the first 3 were supernatural. That was aliens, and you knew immediately what it was because they went to Area 51 in the opening scene, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be goddamn aliens, isn't it?" And that's exactly what it was. And so that just kind of ruined it for me, even sitting in the theater. When you can predict it in the first 2 minutes, how the film's going to end, it kind of kills it, So I don't know. And I don't know how I feel about Dial of Destiny. A lot of the information about it's been leaked. It doesn't sound good, but.
That's the one where they're going to switch him out with a woman?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I don't know. Yeah, David taught me that trick.
Yeah, you got to be odd.
Yeah, so I started doing that, and I've been doing a lot better. Well, I do a lot better when I
Oh,
don't.
I forgot about that.
What?
Yeah, Anti-Eternia
Oh
He-Man.
yeah.
That's another one that I completely forgot about.
Did
that
you
they had
order
put
it?
out. No, I didn't put that. I didn't order that because after what happened with the Hordak, I wanted to wait till I got the 40th anniversary He-Man before I did anything else.
Oh, okay.
That's why I didn't get Battle Cat,
Mm.
and it's just as well that I stopped. But yeah, I mean, look at how much they cranked out just in the last few months.
Yeah, David collect Mego stuff.
Vintage Mego, not new Mego.
Yeah, not the new stuff.
Not
He
for a
had
long
some
time.
of the new stuff, those big ones.
Yeah.
You had those big ones when they first started back up.
Yeah.
Do you still have those?
Yeah, I do. They're packed up somewhere.
Yeah, the windowless box. We talk about
People
that
were
often.
too used to it. I mean, if they already were doing that, then it is what it is. But they weren't. They changed the box format. Consumers don't like when you make changes like that. So now they're like, hey, you've been giving us a window for years. Now you change the box. I don't want that. You got to do what the consumer wants if you want to be able to sell the stuff.
Oh, Zoran got the Skylinks at Marshalls.
Oh, he's in Canada.
In Canada. What is the advantage of bidding odd amounts?
Because people usually think in terms of round numbers. So if they want to put a maximum bid on something per se, the average person, probably about 70-75% of people, are going to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to bid $27.50, right? Because they're thinking in absolutes, zeros. I'm going to bid $27.50. I'm going to bid $27.70. But then you go there and you throw out an odd number. I'm sitting there thinking I'm going to bid $27.84, and now I just beat him by a few cents.
And you did that actually a couple of days ago.
Yeah, like about a week ago. I put in. This guy had put down. I think it was $21.50. Right? Was that right? I think it was $21.50, and I put in. I put in whatever my number was, but then the winning bid was $21.52, which means that he had bid only $21.50, and it just bumped me to be over him. And it's like, what? I beat this guy by 2 cents, and he must have been thrilled.
Hey, LJ.
LJ is here,
and I got beat out like that. I got beat out by like 6 cents, and I was so mad. Because I can't remember what I was bidding on, but it's something that rarely comes up. It was a lot of something. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to get this. It was a lot of books. I think it was comic books or something. And I put in my little punk bid because that's what I do. And
lots is often the best way to bid. Is when people put out comics, lots is the best way to try to do it. Because often people don't want to bother with lots, and you can get some gems that way.
Yeah. I like a couple of different styles of movies. I love cheesy disaster films. David hates it. I can watch that all day. Those films that came out from the mid 90s to the mid 2000s, and it's all about the world is about to come to an end. Some nuclear plant is about to blow up.
Sharknado.
Yeah, Sharknado, stuff
Something
like
goofy
that.
Like that.
The plane is about to crash, and they saved it 2 seconds before it hits. Or this meteor is about to hit the earth, and they got to blow up a nuclear bomb, and the bomb goes off 3 seconds prior. Those kind of films, I love it. Because it's just stupid. It's ridiculous how the plot is ridiculous. The acting is awful. The CGI is bad. Yeah. And you can just sit there and laugh and like that.
Yeah, it belongs on riff tracks.
Yeah.
And then we sit there and pick on it like they do, basically.
Yeah. And then a lot of the stuff is like, that's not how that works. Yeah. That could never happen.
What's really fun is when they bring the military in, and all their insignias and chevrons and everything are all wrong.
Yeah, that's always fun.
That's on the wrong side. That's turned the wrong way. That's the wrong rank. That's, all kinds of stuff like that. It's just like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You go ahead and get that Catwoman poster.
Oh, Halle Berry cat. It's signed. She said over only is this dealer in that
Sith, the Jedi.
Okay.
Evil Jedi.
And David.
Both. Yeah, here we go.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No.
I like Randy Savage. I like Roddy Piper. I like Ric Flair. Ric Flair is hilarious.
You know the one
that is hilarious.
Who is the guy that he was battling with? The black guy.
Oh God!
It's a modern
AJ Styles. And
it wasn't AJ Styles is not black. It's not black.
Am I thinking of the wrong person?
I think so.
He was doing they had a bit where he kept doing Ric Flair impersonations.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny.
It was funny.
Because Ric Flair goes from 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds, and he turns like bright red, and his veins are popping out, and he looks like he's just gonna blow up and have a stroke right there. He is fantastic with that. But yeah, old school Roddy Piper, stuff like that. I used to really enjoy.
I got 2 favorite wrestlers.
Here we go.
I love Bob Backlund. Nobody knows who Bob Backlund is but me.
Oh,
nobody's ever seen this guy. I don't know where Bob Backlund is.
Bob Backlund been around. He's a Hall of Famer, isn't he?
I don't know. He was supposed to be at one of those shows we went to. And when we got, I can't remember what show. And I started to look for him, and then I thought about it. I was like, I don't want to see him, because what if he looked like the guy, Sergeant Slaughter?
You know who else I like? Who is it? George the Animal Steel.
And I love the Undertaker. And those are my 2 favorite wrestlers.
Because we do a lot of the shows, and some of these wrestlers, I mean, they look awful.
Booker T versus Ric Flair.
Yeah.
So, and I like watching the old wrestling matches.
Mm-hmm.
I like watching that. The one from WWF, and it's a couple of YouTube channels out there that do like they'll do a spotlight on a wrestler and tell you like their beginnings and how it mainly tell you how they fell, like the fall of this wrestler and that wrestler. And I'll watch that. I watched that for a while, and but it's so sad because you see them, and then you hear about all the stuff that happened to them, and it's kind of heartbreaking. I have a wrestling. Okay, I play. I never played wrestling.
I used to play the one on PS3. That was, not PS3. What am I saying? On Sega. I used to play it on Sega Genesis. That was fun.
Managed a youngest wrestler a few years back and got tossed around a bit. I love Bob Backlund because he would come out with his bow tie and his little suit, and nobody would take him seriously.
Looking like he's going to be selling bean pies.
Yeah, he did. And he'd just be talking, and then he'd just get bright red and just flip out on you. It's like, what? And he had his signature move, the cross-face chicken wing. I just loved him.
It's a good Undertaker match. It's the one with the midget. The midget that was dressed like the Undertaker.
We saw that the other day. That was fun. I was like, how are they going to do that midget like that?
It was a professional.
I know, but still, like the version of Bob Backlund when he was running for president. Oh, no, I didn't.
That was in later years. That was like a 90s bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, I stopped watching wrestling in 96.
No, Gilgamesh, shame on you for even mentioning it.
Oh, God, no. I don't like nothing about nothing about The Rock. And honestly, I've never seen that's not true. I was gonna say I've never seen The Rock wrestle, but I've seen him wrestle like once or twice because my dad and brother always watched wrestling, and I was there visiting, and I saw they when I was visiting with them, they were watching wrestling, and The Rock was wrestling, and he always would get on the edge of the turnbuckle and do all this thing. I used to call him the lizard, like an iguana. Yeah. And then the people's elbow and the people's eyebrow. And
I remember some of them. And the Von Erichs, that was the whole situation around the Von Erichs was tragic in the end.
Going back, okay, to the comics, I think grading is more for the look of preserving and presentation of the book. They look 100 times better.
Yeah,
They
because I
do.
do some
They
grading, and
do.
some of the books I do it because I want to make sure nothing else happens to them.
Yeah.
It's if there was something that I wanted to sell, you are going to get more for it because then people have a better idea of the actual grade. They can't
Yeah.
argue about the grade if it's encapsulated.
That's true.
But so if I ever, if I get something I wanted to sell or trade, then it does make it a lot easier.
I do agree that it looks 100 times better, especially if you got them displayed like on the wall in your whatever system you use for the wall. They do look a lot better. And I like the fact, like I said before, if you got like a super rare book, like the first Superman, the first Batman, the first Spider-Man, if I had those books, I would get them graded because they're what, like 80 years old or so, and they're the value of it. I wouldn't want anything to happen to that. But just some everyday books I don't have nothing valuable. I got one valuable book, and it ain't even that valuable.
You have more than one. You got some nice.
Yeah, but I got one that costs $200.
You have more. You have more than one that costs that much.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you got that First Brother Voodoo. You got a few.
Oh yeah, I got that.
She's undervaluing herself there.
But I mean, like the books, like you watch some, and they'll show you like the top 50 books in my collection, and everything costs $1,000. I don't have those books.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I like the way they look. But like I said, I saw the one today that I really it's a case that opens and closes, and it has the hook
resealable.
Yeah, it's resealable, and it has the hook on the back where you can hang it on the wall. So I really like that because if you want to hang a regular case like from CGC or PGX or something like that, you got to go through all of these changes, getting stuff to hang it up. But this one had an actual hook on the back so you can hang it. And I thought that was pretty cool. David, your McDonald's collection is very good. I think you should look into a different older McDonald's stores and exclusives from Asia. Oh, they got some.
You know what I want?
What?
I want the old tank mascot. They had because when they used to back when McDonald's was a genre, when it was a cultural phenomenon, especially for kids, and they used to have a traveling Ronald go around to the McDonald's, and they did events there and stuff like that. They used to have they used to do balloons, and they had the helium tank, and so they would have an aluminum head of Ronald that they would put on top of that tank, and it came with like a body that you could slide over the tank, and the tube would fit into his mouth. So you put the balloon in his mouth and it would fill up.
Okay.
And you can still find those heads and those smocks. They're not cheap though.
Yeah,
but it'd be cool to find.
Hey, backstage, what do you think about the Super 7 Thundercats figures? I like them. I have collected them. I got all waves. Like I said before, I'm stopping at wave 10. I am going to get the current wave that we showed today on the weekly roundup
with Aloro.
I think that's wave 7 or 8 something. I can't remember what wave it is, but I do like it. I like that Super 7 has made figures that weren't made before. I didn't like the original LJN. I just didn't like how that looked at all. So I never bought that. I did get the Mattel ones and the Bandai.
Yeah.
And Mezco had a set, and I got those. But I'm liking the Super 7. I like how they look. I like their
and they're doing some stuff. Look. They're doing some stuff that LJN never got to do.
Yeah. They're making McDonald's, Burger King playset. Yeah, David showed his McDonald's and Burger King.
Right, it's the McDonald's is right there, and that's the Familiar Places, the Play School Familiar Places McDonald Land playset from the 70s, and then right here is the Remco playset. And there's a Kentucky Fried Chicken that was made by Child Guidance, but there's I don't think McDonald's ever made a place at.
Burger King, you don't
No,
think
I
Burger
don't.
King?
I had a set of those. I don't have them anymore, but I'm going to get those again. I want the because there's two or three waves of the transforming foods that like Transformers, and I wanted to get the original like little McNugget, little dress up ones, stuff like that. Oh, Jay says they've been getting into 80s store displays. Closed Toys R Us building in my town. I've been thinking about buying the entrance sign off of it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. She's got an original Care Bear display.
Yeah.
It's a big acrylic box with
Care Bears
animatronic Care Bears in it. And you press the button and they sing and they turn their heads and stuff. It's from the 80s.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Gilgamesh said the Lunatics are the main figures he wanted. I heard a creepy story of a Ronald McDonald statue on a bench on it seen super late one night. A guy rested his head on the statue knee.
That's what happens when you're up all night binge drinking.
There's a great McDonald set from 1988 called the McSpace Spaceship, where you can piece together a rocket using Grimace.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. From Asia. Those Asian. Yeah.
If you had a heart attack, how do you know? Robert making stuff up. But yeah, I like the vintage McDonald's toys and stuff like that if it's from the period. And I've got the phone. You can actually see the telephone sitting right there, which was the manager's phone that they were supplied to the manager's offices. They had the standing one that looks like that, and then they have another one where he's sitting cross-legged and he's holding the receiver.
Yeah.
And that's the older one. That one's actually kind of harder to find than this one, but they're both pretty rare. Mine's unused because I found mine in the box. I got the box in the closet. I just wanted to display it. But they had some weird stuff. But
yeah, they did. But they had some nice stuff.
Really
and
nice.
Once you start looking at that stuff and you see, you find it like on eBay or whatever, and you start seeing all of the different stuff that's available, you're like, oh man, this is pretty cool,
Yeah.
So,
Robert, that guy was high, and he laid down on like some homeless guy on a bench's lap, and had a heart attack. That's what happened. You don't know where he was or what he was doing.
Hey, display name. My uncle had a McDonald's train set. I've been from the 50s. Wow, I bet you that's
I don't know if it was that old, but yeah.
You seen it before?
It sounds familiar. Because they used to franchise stuff like that. The one I want is the Tony the Tiger one. Host scale Tony the Tiger set. I think it was from 1977. 76 or 77. You had to order it through the mail from Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Oh, okay.
I had that when I was a kid. I could never use it because she wouldn't let me put it together. So it's just, I don't know. I couldn't run it. I could use it, but I couldn't turn it on. So I never got to use it properly. But I'd like to have that again, just because I had it when I was a kid.
Did you see any toys on the roundup you wanted?
Me? No.
You didn't?
No.
I did like that Batman, and like I said, that Batman reminded me of the Headless Horseman. It did.
Ichabod Crane.
It did remind me of that, and I think that would be a cool figure. One thing I think is underappreciated are the Funko Wacky Wobblers. I have some Wacky Wobblers. Reputation of Funko getting ruined.
Well, that was the transition, because the Wacky Wobblers is how Funko started back when it was still fun, and it was still like it was like a niche collector kind of a thing, and that's when they used to have the little get-togethers and things like that, when it was just for the collectors instead of it being a novelty thing that they do now at the conventions. It was a different world for Funko back then, before it was sold and before the popularity of Pops. So when they started making the Pops in 2010, but they didn't really start gaining any popularity until almost 2015. And when that happened, and they went into I call that the mass production phase of Funko, and they started mass producing them, and they got rid of all of their original fan base. They stopped making the Wobblers. They moved away from all of the stuff that they initially did. Yeah, so their initial original fan base was basically dismissed for the profits of the new pop fad, if you will. And it is a fad. And even though, because people is like, oh, it's been around longer than that. Not really, because it wasn't popular until almost 2015. So it's only been 7 years. We're going on year 8 here as they chug along. And, fad can last up to a decade. We've seen that before. But, we'll see. I'm not making any predictions, but we'll see how it turns out. But even Funko knows that eventually people will get tired of the concept of the Funko.
I think they're already seeing that happen.
That's why they came up. That's why they kept trying to come up with new things, and that's how they ended up with sodas.
And now they got the board games.
Yeah,
they do the lunch boxes. It'll take them off again for a while
if they do it with correctly.
Yeah, with a regular size classic metal lunchbox with a thermos, and they already got the license. They can put a picture of a pop. They can use that, and people are buying.
But I mean, people get upset when I say that. They're like, "Oh, Funko has all these franchises." It doesn't matter how many franchises they have. People are tired of seeing pops.
Yeah, people don't. It
doesn't matter what's on there.
Yeah.
But and that happens with all toy lines. It's not anything necessarily against if somebody likes Funko Pops. If you like them, then you collect them. That's fine. But just looking at it from a business perspective, eventually people get tired of it unless something is done to change or refresh it.
Yeah.
Like look at how many different incarnations G.I. Joe has gone through.
Yeah.
Since 1964. And they fade away and then they bring them back, but they don't bring them back the same.
Yeah.
They change it a lot.
Backstage Inks makes me sad that Sideshow dropped the Thundercat statues. I like those statues. I thought they did a good job, but I guess they weren't selling as much because you notice when you get to those cartoon characters, those statues don't sell as fast as like a superhero or a TV show character. Yeah. They don't sell as much. So I guess that's what kind of stopped them.
Ponderosa Ranch was based on the ranch from Bonanza. And John says we should do a nostalgia video on Halloween 60s, 70s, and 80s like you did for Christmas specials.
What are you talking about? We did those, didn't we? Did we put out some
Halloween specials? That is, I did a couple.
Yeah,
I did one for
the Fat Albert.
I did one for the Fat Albert, but I'll be doing more specials. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah. I tried to do the one for Garfield, but it wouldn't let me put it up. And didn't I do one for oh no. I was gonna do the Bernstein Bears one, but then I didn't. I ended up doing the one for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Garfield got blocked.
Yeah.
You can't.
It wouldn't let me put it up. Justice says that Pops are the modern day Beanie Babies. Do you agree? Yeah.
Well, in the concept of it being a fad, because Beanie Babies were popular for about 10 years, and then it just kind of died off. But Ty is still around. Ty is still the biggest plush manufacturer on Earth, and they still make Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
It's just not as big in the public eye anymore. It's kind of faded in that respect. For that matter, Cabbage Patch Kids were popular for about 8 or 10 years once it took off too.
Yeah. We keep saying we're going to the Cabbage Patch Museum. It's here in Georgia, not that far from us. It's not a bad ride. So we can film it and see what that's about. I think that'll be fun. They have like a hospital or daycare center or something.
It's weird. Because some of those people are really weird about it.
Yeah. Funko abusing workers at the warehouse. It's unfortunate.
Well, not Funko necessarily, but whoever they're contracted with, I'm sure.
What was Chuck Norris' car? A Corvette? A Corvette? Because you have it.
Yeah, it's back here.
Yeah, it's a Corvette.
I don't know if they can call it that, but It's the yeah, it's a Corvette. They do officially call it a Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Uh-huh.
From the Karate Commandos from Kenner.
NECA has just announced their yearly collectors event with Target next month. There's so many Ninja Turtle figures that are going to be in it, and it's going to be hell to get any of them. Event plus exclusives. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Exclusive has gotten to be a 4-letter word for a lot of collectors because when you hear exclusive, you automatically feel like you're not going to get anything.
Hey,
Nomsky, thanks for joining us. And as you can, hopefully you can see, we look and sound a lot better now.
Yeah.
And that's why this is basically another test, just like yesterday, to see if we got all the bugs worked out.
Yeah. Yeah, NECA, because I was collecting the NECA Ninja Turtles from Target. And when I was collecting, you couldn't find anything. I had the hardest time finding it.
And
I just stopped.
Of that.
Yeah, because I got tired of constantly going there day after day, week after week. It's not there. And a lot of people did help me out. They found it. They said, "Hey, I found this. You want it?" And I was like, "Yeah," and we worked that out. So I was like, you know what? I'm already getting the Super 7 one. So I just dropped the NECA. I kept the ones that I have. And then I just got the Super 7 because you could just order that direct and get it. And then as soon as I did that, now you can go into Target and find all of the.
Now Target's loaded.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But I don't want
it
now.
Tired of it. That's why I stopped collecting the classifieds. I got sick of looking for them. I'll just a couple from the series, like 400 pop later, and they take up all the space, and then you end up with them in the bathroom or in your kitchen cabinets.
Yeah,
they're invasive.
Yeah, they're like kudzu.
Yeah. Oh, Robert wanted to know about Hobo. Hobo's one of the strays, one of the homeless strays we take care of. He has permanently moved into one of the shelters on the back porch, and he rarely leaves the yard now. He stays really close.
You say, oh yeah. Oh, okay. I read that one.
Yeah, because a lot of people are instinctively completists, so they get tied in, and then Funko, they'll release wave after wave after wave of something, and then you're like, oh my god, what do I do with all of these? Oh wow.
You know what I used to like, and it was from the 90s, and it was a I don't know if it was a potato chip, but it was called Pizzeria. And it was, I guess, a potato chip. And it looked like a slice of pizza. And it was actually pretty good. And that ran for a few months because I used to get it all the time. And then they just stopped making it. And I don't see combos anymore. You remember combos? It was like the pretzel outside and it had something stuffed in the middle.
In it. My favorite was always, and this is when I was in the 80s. Thank you, Colonel Mustard. Yeah, we got it sorted out, I think.
I like this one too because the pictures are big and you can see the icons.
Yeah. The on Harvard Avenue in Alston, when I used to work down there in like the late 80s, there was a place called Rosie's, and it was a fish market, but in the afternoon they would make fish and chips because they had their own boat, and they'd go out and they'd catch cod, and they'd come back and they would cook up fish and chips right there, and the line would be out the door and around the corner for and it was like $1 at that time, $1.25 or $1.50. And thanks again, Sound Sour,
because he likes the test videos.
And we got another one scheduled tomorrow. So
so we're gonna really be working.
Please
this week.
Please do join us. But it was fantastic. Best fish and chips I ever had. And I was working right across the street, and at lunchtime I would go over there and put in the order, and they just kept cranking them. You just walk in and you just say 2, okay, 2 more, and there was the 2 or 3 old ladies in the back, and they had this huge bin full of their flour and their mix, and they're going in there and dipping, and they're doing this, and they're running the fries. Best fish and chips I ever had. Never had any better since then. And then one day you go by and the place is burned down.
Wow.
They never reopened. And it's like, oh man.
They used to have a restaurant. It was two of them. One was called Ryan's and one was called Quincy's. And they were about the same. And they were both similar to Golden Corral. But because what it was, you go in, you could eat off of the buffet, but the buffet wasn't like Golden Corral.
Oh, I can't put my tongue in the chocolate fountain?
No. Because it started off with like, you had like salads, baked potatoes, stuff like that. And you order from the back. And we, from the restaurant part or whatever you call it. Mm-hmm. And those were good. We used to go there as a kid. One of those two, they were basically the same restaurant. But I don't think they're around anymore. Always regretted not getting the big NECA Tim Burton penguin. They just came back.
They reissued that, I think, recently.
Yeah, you might can find it on Big Bad Toy Store if they still got any, because they just recently reissued that, because I had got the '89 Keaton Batman that they reissued, so you might can still grab
the Pringles.
You didn't explain that 10 times.
Pringles aren't chips though, technically, because they're made with.
Great, thank you.
They're not like sliced from potatoes and fried. They're actually compressed from like potato powder. So it's like mashed potatoes that have been hardened, in a manner of speaking.
It still
and there is still a gap on the top of there because you don't there is still a little bit of a gap on there, because if it's too full, if there's any compression, they'll all be crushed. But because they're all a uniform exact shape and they stack, it's not quite as bad as bagged chips.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of hard to say, Jay.
I like
movies. There's so many.
Last Dragon was good.
That's fantastic.
That's a great
Last
movie.
Dragon is
Coming to America was good too.
Yeah,
the one from the '80s.
That's probably his best film, and the sequel didn't need to happen.
No, that did not need to happen.
Also, Trading Places
was
good with them.
Good. The Terminator, Batman, of course.
Yeah.
Terminator was good.
Yeah, RoboCop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. Conan the Barbarian.
Oh yeah, I did see Conan.
Is actually a much better film than people give it credit for. There's so many. There's so many examples that you could just come up with. I don't use any of that stuff.
Ketchup.
No, I don't put condiments on my fish.
I don't know. I like Golden Corral.
Golden Corral.
All the old people.
And hope you don't have to go to their bathroom.
Oh yeah. What does age have to do with liking a particular restaurant?
I don't know. They have a lot of old people in there though, but that's primarily because they have a discount for seniors.
Yeah, and they stay in there a long time. They go early in the morning.
You know the story I have about that one guy.
Oh God, yeah, the guy that used to steal the food.
He used to steal. There's a I knew a guy. I'm not gonna name anybody, but his ex-girlfriend told me this story about him, about how they used to go to Golden Corral all the time. He's an older guy, obviously. He's like in his late 50s or something. And he's like, yeah, we used to go to Golden Corral all the time. And he'd tell me to go and get a seat, go find a seat and, I'll pay and whatever. And so they used to go like 3-4 times a week. Okay. And then she found out that what he would do is while she was getting a table, he'd go creep to the bathroom and then come out and find her. And he never paid. So he was just like pulling an old okey doke and sneaking around, because he was old. He looked older than he was, walked with a cane and everything. Nobody really bothered him because they were like, oh, another old nut. Let's just leave it alone. And to add insult to injury, he would take bags, and he would on his way out, he'd like tip the tray of cookies or something into like a shopping bag. take them home with him.
That's just
and awful. She was like, oh my God, I found out that he was doing that, and I told him I was never going with him there again. Yeah, we like Waffle House.
Waffle House and David used to go to Waffle House. We used to go there all the time.
Yeah,
I love Waffle House because it's, like I said, it's simple. The same menu, No matter what Waffle House you go to,
Yeah.
it's the same menu, the same food, and it's easy to deal with. But we haven't been there in a while. But I used to like Fuddruckers. They changed it up.
I don't think I've ever been to a Fuddruckers.
The way it was in the 90s or 80s and 90s. You go, it's a hamburger place. You go, you order your hamburger. All they give you is the meat and the buns, and then they had all of the condiments and everything else you needed on like a buffet style thing, and you kind of fix it yourself. I went there a couple of years back, and it was kind of different. It didn't feel the same. You're not old.
No, Ski. You're not old until you have like a pocket full of those little strawberry candies. Oh. It looks like a strawberry, and it's a twisty. And it's like that strawberry hard candy, but it's got a soft part in the middle. Yeah,
Werther's original is good.
Look on backstage. Look on like Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store or something. If they should still have them, because people were pissed because they reissued all of them. They reissued all the Batman ones, the Predator, all of that.
Yeah, because I recently got the Predator.
Now the value on mine's gonna go down. So
yeah, it might still be available because that the Keaton and the Penguin came out at the same time, and I've had my Keaton for a while, for several months now, and I got it from Big Bad Toy Store, and they sold it at the original price.
Yeah, it was a regular retail.
Yeah, and I recently got the Predator because I had always wanted the Predator. But the price of that Predator was, even the Keaton Batman was a lot.
Up there, yeah.
So when they re-released it, I jumped on that. But they might still have it on Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, like you said. So
yeah,
get a look. On the cheap side, love White Castle. Oh God, I can't eat at none of them.
You know what you do? You get married at White Castle. Ooh. They do weddings. They do. Seriously, look it up. White Castle does weddings.
Yeah, they do. We've seen it on the
I always wanted to get married in a castle. Yeah, okay. Oh man. She would have been filing for divorce the next day.
We would have never got married. No.
Can't get married at White Castle?
Not White Castle, not McDonald's. I've seen the McDonald's wedding.
Because then you don't have to hire a caterer. Because you got the food right there.
Whoever had the McDonald's birthday party?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Not me. Obviously.
I've never had.
I never had nothing like that.
The McDonald's, but I went to a McDonald's birthday party once.
Yeah,
and it was fun. You get the Happy Meal, and they bring out a cake.
I did it for my oldest. I did that for my oldest once.
Party. You like a lot of fast food stuff.
Yeah, shame on you.
And Carl's Jr. But Hardee's used to be really good. Oh yeah, those strawberry candies are pretty. See, they're good. They are
or
good.
You have to have a dish with ribbon candy in it. Remember
What's
that?
Ribbon candy?
The candy that's like squiggles and it's like a hard candy.
Oh, it's the mint. It's like red and green. It's the mint candy.
Yeah, and it's like something you used to see around Christmas, but I don't know if they even make that anymore. Yeah, Jack in the Box is still around.
You know what's good? Butterscotch. The butterscotch candy. I like that, and I like soft mints.
Or no, you need a pocket full of root beer barrels.
Oh God, no! I remember
the root beer barrels.
I remember those. Those are awful. I watched an interview with a guy from NECA recently. He said they plan on doing re-releases.
Hey, from
time to time. I was glad to hear that.
From a business perspective, it's just good business. Oh, MIB is here.
The McDonald's birthday party. Yeah, MIB.
Hey, MIB on Tuesday, we got Jason from New 80s Revolution coming on.
Yeah, so make sure you join us.
Yeah, I hope you can make it.
Yeah, hopefully.
And check that out. He's a cool guy.
Oh, I got a question.
No.
For Johnny.
Okay, what's your question for Johnny?
Now, Johnny, be honest. Would you want the what's that? Those presidents you got?
Oh.
Would you want that toy? David's gonna get it. Answer honestly, and don't answer just because you and David are pals. Be honest. You don't want that mess. You only need to bring one, David.
Oh, no, we gotta have the experience here.
Nobody want no experience.
the
Let me
1975
move the thing so you can see.
1975 Kresge Heroes of the American Revolution figures mint in the box.
Johnny, you do not want that.
Mego, like, would you, if you came across these for a sweet price, would you want this?
No.
Would you want this
He
set?
would not.
And this is the original. This is the original.
Johnny, I'm blocking you. I am going to block.
No, don't you block Johnny.
You.
Look at the quality of these uniforms. I mean, the figures are kind of cheap, but the quality of the outfits is amazing. They put every penny went into this clothing, and this is the original Montgomery Ward set, because Montgomery Ward's only made 7, but then when they re-released it for Kmart like a year later, they added 2 more figures, like Daniel Boone and somebody else. But yeah, see, Johnny has taste.
I can't believe that. Yeah, those butterscotch candies were the best. My grandmama used to have it, and she'll fill a pocketbook up with that when we go to church. And then she would give. She always had mint, butterscotch, and that strawberry candy.
You know, it was real bad. The translucent blue one.
Oh, I hated those.
See,
and they also had them in white. I hated those. I like Arby's fries. They have the seasoned fries. Burger Chef came out with kids meal boxes way before McDonald's had Happy Meal. Oh, did they? McDonald's is doing those Happy Meals again. The Happy Meal boxes. Oh yeah, he says he's going to make it. Try and make it on Tuesday.
We hope he can. We got one again tomorrow night with Alan from Comic Collector Geek, and he's going to talk like pre-code horror.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, and that's at 7:30 Tuesday. Jason from New 80s Revolution is supposed to join us, and of course, those are both going to be live.
Hey, Southern Air
Collector.
I fuss at David. I do.
She's harmless. She don't mean any harm.
Don't mean nothing. Yeah.
And we have a few more surprises for interviews coming up too, but I don't want to reveal too much yet.
I usually like the Arby's. I don't eat all that. I just like the
gyros.
I just like their fries. They got the little squiggly fries. I think those are good. Wave high
to MIB.
I take my high back from MIB because he liked that old silly thing.
The costumes were really well done. The action figures themselves aren't that great, but they aren't constructed very well. But the costumes, the detail in them, I mean, they even have like interior lining and everything.
Oh,
it's like, wow, they did a great job on the clothes. You could have like spent an extra 10 cents on a better body or something. I don't know what they were thinking, but you know.
I remember the chocolate annihilators. I hated those. Those were the worst. The chocolate annihilators. And then I remember when they had them, the split ones, where it was like half one and half the other.
Yeah.
But the chocolate and the banana, I think, were the worst.
The one that I always ask people about, no one ever seems to remember, is Fortune Gum. And I brought it up with Fortune Gum. It was
candy corn is good.
An orange wrapper. It was an orange wrapper, and it had a picture, a little caricature of a little Chinese guy's face with a little hat. And you actually got a fortune inside of it. Like when you got Bazooka Joe and there was a little comic strip, this was a little fortune.
Backstage is too young for some of your toys. He's just flying over his head. That's all right. That's okay. It can fly over. What you look? Oh,
I found a picture.
It?
I found a picture of it so I can show people. Finally, it's like it's called Fortune Bubble, and that's all it is. It's a strip, an orange like strip package.
I don't remember that.
It's probably about that long, and it had a stick of soft gum in it. And when you peel that open, wrapped around the stick of gum is a white slip. And they were numbered Fortune number 73, and it would have an actual fortune, like if you open a fortune cookie.
Oh wow!
I used to love that stuff.
What's your favorite action figure toy theme?
Toy theme?
Yeah, what's a theme?
What do you mean by toy theme?
What's your favorite action figure, though?
Oh God, I don't even know where to start. That's hard to pin down. As you can see, I'm kind of spread out here. I love the Remco McDonald's. I love the I love the Mattel Shogun Warriors.
Yeah.
I like the GI Joe, but not just the Ara era, but going back like Adventure Team and stuff like that. Oh, do you remember those, Johnny? Or are you talking about something else?
No, the banana. He talking about the noun laters, and he thought the banana ones were good.
I remember the zebra gum.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that gum. Fruit Stripe.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fruit Stripe.
What's your favorite action?
Yeah, Inhumanoids.
Yeah.
Brave Star. I like the Kenner Scout series.
Mm-hmm.
Kenner $6 Million Man.
They're probably talking about like, I guess, cartoons or like soldiers, like G.I. Joe is like soldiers, cops, and them other things back there are policemen. That's theme, I guess.
I don't know if I have one that I particularly stick to. So a couple of people remember that gum.
Oh yeah, I never make gum.
They would never make gum like that again.
No, not with that Chinese person on it.
MIB says he thinks he remembers that.
I love Laffy Taffy. Laffy Taffy was good.
I remember Laffy Taffy.
They still make that though. Be honest here, who actually tried to swallow the entire pack of Pop Rocks?
I never did that.
I've heard of that, but I never did.
I never did that.
Mary Jane was good too.
I remember Mary Jane.
What was the black and white one? It was it was like a little square, and it was like black and white kind of candy. It was similar to the inside of a Butterfinger. It was that type thing, you know what the Butterfingers like. But it was black and white.
I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar.
Oh yeah.
Maybe somebody knows what you're talking about.
I guess. Moon
pies.
I never ate a moon pie.
What's wrong with you?
A moon pie, like oatmeal, oatmeal cookies.
You know what though?
Pie.
That when you're a kid and you get older, your tastes change, because there's a lot of that stuff that I could have eaten when I was a kid, like devil dogs. I used to love devil dogs when I was a kid. I couldn't eat one now.
You know what I used to like? They used to have the little pie with the one little raisin on it, and then it had the cream middle.
A raisin?
Mm-hmm. It had raisins on it.
I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember the name. It's like them little Debbie's, but it had the cream middle, and the the little sandwich style, and then it had raisins on it. It had like 1 or 2 raisins on it.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
Hasbro too backstage, because their Dungeons and Dragons figures are under fire.
Yes,
they're falling apart.
Yeah,
they're missing accessories. Their hands are breaking off.
And we saw the one guy, and I mentioned it, I think last night. We saw the one guy, his video. He bought his from like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. He bought it online, and when he bought like the whole set, and it had the broken parts and missing accessories. So you can't say that, oh, somebody stole it. They didn't put the accessories in it.
He ordered it from Hasbro.
Oh yeah, he bought it from Hasbro itself.
That's what it was. He got it from the Hasbro Pulse website.
Yeah.
So he was like, it isn't like somebody broke into the box.
Yeah.
This came right from the factory and it's missing stuff. But talking about like quality, and you go back and you grab one of these.
Mm-hmm.
From the 70s, and he still works, and he's still intact.
He got metal bolts in him.
Yeah. Look at the construction on this. Better than any 12th scale, 6 scale figure that you can find today. The body doesn't look as good, but the body,
yeah,
everything still functions. And I think this one is still. Let me see.
You got a jaw.
I haven't restored this one. He still works. So they can, for a $2 figure from like 1974. And he still works, and he's still intact, and he's still strong and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays you buy a figure and it just comes apart when you take it out and try to pose it. It makes no sense. The quality is just not there, and they're paying more and more for it. I would rather pay get something like this than pay like $350, $400 for Hot Toys at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and I know, like I've said it before, like with the Thundercats, the LJN, I didn't like the molding and the body style. I like the Super 7 and the Mattel and the Bandai because it looked better.
She's talking about the old LJNs.
The way let me move this out the way.
Yes.
The way these look, it just don't look good. But then when they redo it, it does look better. But the quality is garbage.
It looks better, but this is solid.
Yeah, the quality is just shot. But the older ones like that, the quality is much better. It just doesn't look as good. So I mean, because I'm an in the box collector, I'd rather it just look good, you know, because I'm not gonna take it out. I'm not gonna mess with it and fool around with it. So for it to sit in the box and just look good, I'm fine with that. But it's still, you know, the price and all of that. I still want good quality. If I ever decide one day to peel something out, I want it to look good.
See.
Oh, Raisin Cream Pies by Little Debbie. Yeah. That's it. I used to love those.
Yeah, they're made cheaply now, and I've had vintage Barbies before because when I was dealing back in the 90s, I've sold a ton of them. They're solid. You know, the old 60s ones, they're solid.
Oh, do you have any? You got a Star Wars cup?
I have the McDonald's. I have only like 2 from the first wave that were my childhood ones. I don't have any of the rest anymore. They've been lost.
Yeah.
The one that I do have, which is I think sitting down there, that's my original childhood cup.
And you got a toothbrush.
Yeah, there's a toothbrush. This is my Darth Vader. This is my childhood Darth Vader toothbrush. Never used this one.
Oh, let me move this.
But that's a cup that was ordered from the back of a Kellogg's cereal box that I still have.
Yeah, and then who was it that was saying? Okay, I do. Yeah, okay, that one. Oh yeah, but it's out. Yeah, and that's another thing about.
Well, it depends because certain ones. If you could, are you talking about? Before I answer, let me ask you: are you talking about the original Fighting Man or Adventure Team, or do you mean a Raw? Because I'll have, you know, I got a couple things to say about that.
You guys getting a Thunder Tank? Yes.
Well, Ruse
hey,
Gang.
Ruse Gang.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, I did order one. The Thunder Tank. And they did send me a thing saying that they're going to be shipping it, I think, next week. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah. The ones I have are in great shape. The ones that are still sitting up here, I used to have a massive collection of these, but those were part of the collection that was stolen. And these are basically the survivors up there. But yeah, they were in great shape. And a lot of them hold up, unless somebody really abused them, because some kids were rough on them. But, you know.
Got rid of it, but was still in good shape. I bought that Jurassic Park T-Rex. It was big, nice figure.
Oh, because it was too, no. If it was, I mean, I got stuff that's too big and I just hide it somewhere. You know what's real bad? I remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fruit pies. Now, those were disgusting. It was the, you know, the regular fruit pie, but it was like this, it looked like green pudding inside.
Oh, that sounds nasty.
Yeah, they were. They were pretty bad. But who?
I don't know what that is. I ain't think because it might be something nasty.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
The same.
Oh, okay.
Is joining us
because it's all ours and all of that other stuff. So I know. Hosted snacks in the same way.
No, they're all different now. I can't eat that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
But and he didn't like the snowballs, he says.
I do remember that in pink.
White and pink.
Yeah.
White and pink.
Pudding pies on Facebook, wishing they had one right now.
Yeah, you don't want to eat that thing.
Mm-mm.
Trust me, I had one back in the day, and it was bad then. So I used to watch that show.
Gargoyles?
Yeah, I used to watch
I
that
never saw
with my
gargoyles.
oldest,
Gargoyles.
and the Kenner action figures are still affordable from that line.
Didn't you show that
Yeah,
when you did your affordable
they're on
toys?
the affordable '90s video. They're on there. They're
Mhm.
starting to creep up,
Yeah.
but they're still cheaper than the NECAs.
Mm.
So it's like I'd rather have the original ones from Kenner.
I love snowballs to pretty much anything coconut.
Oh, so you'd be fine on Gilligan's Island then. Just eat coconut cream pies all day.
That
Coconut.
lady, the one that played, what was her name? Suzanne. She just died. On the country girl from Gilligan's Island. She just died.
Suzanne.
What was her name?
That was
Marianne. Marianne.
Yeah, that's right. They had Next Generation people doing voice work on that. That's correct.
Gargoyles was a cartoon, wasn't it?
Yes, and the guy who played Riker, his character on the show kind of looked like him.
Hey, Max.
What are we looking at? Add to our collection this year, huh? Oh, I don't know. I'd like to be able to finish off my Inhumanoids because I only need 2 pieces.
Yeah.
I need 2 figures to complete Inhumanoids. A carded Liquidator and a boxed Decompose. And that'll do it. And it's just hard. It's hard to find them in the box. It's hard to find them in decent shape.
Yeah.
To even do that. But yeah, I'd like to be able to finish that this year. That'd be great.
Yeah, I need 2 pieces to finish my Shadow. I have the Shadow
Kenner
line,
Shadow, yeah.
And I need 2 pieces for that. And that's easy to find. I just haven't done it because I'm kind of like,
yeah, they're not that expensive. That Shadow.
And then
it's pretty reasonable.
It's I need 2 to finish my Bible Heroes, and they're on eBay, and I'm trying to decide if I want to get it. And by the time I decide, somebody else will buy it.
And I need like 3 more pieces to finish my KMT GI Joes. The KMT line.
But I think I'm gonna work a lot on my comic books. It's a couple of lines that I'm trying to fill out, and some of them I'm kind of close to finishing. And you know me, I don't buy expensive books anyway. I buy those $1 bin, $2 bin books.
You get surprised what you can find in those bins sometimes.
You gotta look.
That out.
You have to be real patient.
Because we talked about that in a couple of those a couple of those show videos. So I'm like, hey, look, I pulled this one from the bin, you know.
Oh, yeah.
They probably screw it up.
Yeah, like they do anything. Are they going to make that live action?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the mascots.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the only things I'm looking forward to completing. But I don't know.
That's another inexpensive '90s line, the Congo, based on that movie, the first film with CGI gorillas.
Oh, okay.
But though I don't have any of those, but they're still affordable, I believe. Oh yeah, Dolly Madison. Snack cakes. I like the Peanuts is one of my favorites.
Shadow Radio audio. We listen to audio broadcasts, radio broadcasts on YouTube all the time. They got some good ones. They have the one with what's his name? The guy that played Frankenstein. Can I think of his name? But they got the CBS radio dramas, but we watch listen. Because all you can do listen is radio dramas.
Yeah,
they're actually pretty good.
Boris Karloff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and on YouTube they have a lot of them, a lot of different ones.
Yeah, they are supposed to be releasing a Shadow.
Oh wow!
For Mezco. And that's the kind of stuff.
The 12 scale thieves.
That's the kind of stuff that Mezco does good with, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of stuff they do good with, though. That's kind of oddball stuff.
Name.
There you go, Boris Karloff. That's correct.
Yeah.
And he was in the show Thriller. Boris Karloff was a busy guy. He was in a lot of shows. He must have done 1,000 radio dramas. Never
We
mind the films.
we just finished watching Thriller.
Mhm.
It's on Tubi, and it's only like between 13 to 15 episodes, and he's in
Available
every
anyway.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's available. And he's in every episode playing a different character.
Yeah.
Because it's like anthology, similar to like Twilight Zone, One Step Beyond, Outer Limits. It's similar to that. And he's in every episode playing a role in every episode, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good actor.
I think he should have got a little more recognition, but then he fell into that kind of horror genre, like Bela Lugosi and
Yeah.
what's the guy with the big eyes?
Peter
Peter Lorre.
Lorre. Yeah.
Yeah. And Vincent Price. They all kind of fell into that little gap right there, and they
Yeah.
never really got out
Yeah.
of it.
Frankenstein kind of derailed him because it typecast him. He didn't even like the part. He was angry.
Oh yeah, yeah. You told me that because he wanted to talk more.
Frankenstein is highly intelligent in the book,
but every portrayal you see of him, he can't
different.
talk.
Yeah,
he's like a mindless, almost like a zombie.
Yeah,
or is a zombie.
But in the book, he was highly intelligent.
Oh yeah,
and he spoke fluently, and that was Karloff's argument. He was like, "This is not Frankenstein. You know what I get myself into here." And he was pissed off about that. But whatever.
Backstage, they had several reboots to the
He's talking about the one that the Bandai line is based on.
No, we tried.
Mid-2000s.
We saw the first episode, and it was actually pretty good. It's not on any of our streaming services, so that's as far as we got. That one episode, but that one episode was good, and we heard from other people that the series is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
it's kind of the Electric Company. Wow, Morgan Freeman.
The original Electric Company is pretty good. It's classic, and there's a lot of really well-known people connected with it. Gene Wilder. Who was that other guy that was always with Gene Wilder? You know who I'm talking about.
The black guy?
Yeah.
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor, I think, was on there. There's a lot of big names that were connected with it. Richard
Pryor and Gene Wilder did good together. They did several movies, and even in other movies, because he played in Brewster's Millions, wasn't it? Brewster's Millions, where he had got all that money.
Yeah.
And then he played in the
John
Toy.
Candy.
Yeah, he played in the Toy, and he played in that and another one I can't remember. But when he was acting, he was fine. It was just his comedy.
His stand-up was very raunchy
and vulgar. But when he acted, he was fine in the acting.
And he didn't typically act in films that were not necessarily family friendly. That's the funny bit. Yeah. Yeah,
because I liked him in Stir Crazy was good. See No Evil, Hear No Evil was funny. Brewster's Million was good.
Yeah.
But then you hear his stand-up and you're like, is that the same guy?
Yeah. It's like, what the hell happened?
Robert Likes the Shadow with Alec Baldwin. We saw the Shadow movie from the 30s, and it wasn't awful.
It wasn't good. Shadow and name alone.
Yeah, it was not good. It was from the 1930s, I think 1939. And you sitting there for half of the movie trying to figure out who is the Shadow, which character is playing the Shadow, and it just wasn't that great. Like some sequel monsters, Igor, Pussy Brain, and Monster Fish in the Back Lagoon. Okay,
that's gonna go way up, John.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna fly. The Bigfoot. That's a tough one.
Well, it's at $43 right now. How many days it got on it?
6.
Oh, he said.
I don't know.
Oh. Richard was a lot like Bob Saget. Oh, Bob Saget had a bad stand-up?
Bob Saget was kind
not
of,
family.
From what I heard, he was kind of an ass in real life, too.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Oh, it says DC Comics Frankenstein is more loyal to the source, very intelligent, chivalrous, and speaks in Old English. Several of the stories with him in it are good. Like Seven Soldiers. Okay. But yeah, if anyone ever read the original Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, okay. Read the original Mary Shelley Frankenstein. He's very intelligent and well versed.
I snuck into a movie theater once.
Oh, shame on you.
I saw Point Blank, I think Point Blank, something like that. I don't know.
I snuck into Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, Star Wars movie?
Yeah, the second one. I went there with this kid named Tommy, and he said he had us covered.
Mm-hmm.
And his way of having us covered was sneaking in. Because I didn't know that was going to happen. I was like, oh, shoot.
Well, actually, I ain't sneak. We paid it when I was in the military, and it was a bunch of us went to the movies. And we paid to get into one show. And that show got out. And another show got out at the same time. So you just walked over to the next theater and saw another movie. And then when that one got out, another one got out. So we saw 3 movies that day on one ticket, or however you want to call it.
Yeah.
Hammer Frankenstein. The best Richard Pryor movie, Bruce's Million, was good. But The Toy was the one movie I wish I had a time machine because the scenes were working. Department store section.
Yeah, you want to go back to that toy department. You don't care about the movie.
But we've talked about that before. If you could go back in time, you can't change anything. You can't change anything. You can't talk to your family, but you could go back and you can buy stuff. What would you buy?
Yeah, what would you want? Get that Defiant. That I have a nice box to Defiant. That'd be great.
Yeah, you go back with the knowledge you have now, the money you have now, but you got to have cash because they didn't have debit card back then. The money wouldn't work because our money is different.
Yeah, our money is different. You'd have to go back. You'd have to go back with like jewelry or something, and then sell it at a pawn shop.
Point Break. Is that the one with Cusack? That's the movie I saw. It had that Cusack guy. Yeah, you would have to.
Keanu Reeves.
No, the movie I saw, it was Grosse Point Blank or something. Something I saw, and it had Cusack in it. It was a dumb movie.
You snuck into Howard the Duck, huh?
The drive-in theater.
You're sneaking in. Everybody else was trying to sneak out. That is a notoriously bad film.
I like everything about Bruce's Million except the ending. To me, it was anticlimactic ending. Could you spend that? What did he have? A month to spend?
A month to spend $30 million. You could spend that in a day now.
Yeah.
And they remade that film too.
They did. But I didn't see the remake.
Tim Conway's version's better because Tim Conway's version, it was a reversal. The guy was going to leave him all the money, but he wanted him to experience life the way he did, so he had to live as a hobo for a year. Because that's how he came from absolutely nothing. It was a Tim Conway film.
I don't know if
Ninja Turtles.
I don't think I can spend $30 million in a month.
I spent $30 million at Joe Fest.
Even if you bought everything at Joe Fest, it wouldn't cost you $30 million.
Oh yeah, I have to go to a comic show.
Yeah, you got to go to like San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah. Just clear your wall, buddy. I got cash. Yeah, get the flag when it was. Those boxes were huge.
Yeah, and Jeff said he would get the triple of the Playmates.
Yeah.
And Out of Sight would buy a DeLorean.
Yeah, okay. It's Jeff, so you got to keep it.
I would buy a bunch, like 4 or 5 of each, and sell. Yeah. Keep 2 for myself, and sell
Display
the rest.
Name's got it right there.
What?
Go ahead and check Display Name. Thanks for joining.
I go back to the 70s Japan and buy tons and tons of toys. Jags and funk records.
Because a lot of those Japanese pieces, you can't find them anymore. Some of those like jumbo machinders, will run you 15, 20 grand now loose. They're so hard to find. There's almost nothing left from the 70s.
You can go back and buy action comics with the first Superman.
Oh yeah.
The first
just
Batman.
get a whole stack.
Yeah. Get every comic book on the shelf. I would get every EC comic they have.
Oh yeah.
Everyone.
Just pop into the local drugstore.
Yeah. And then mine will be in 9/8 prestige condition. Because I'll bring
Pedigree
it back.
collection. FIB wants Star Wars and Ego and Stretch Armstrong and
tons of comics. Yeah, I mean, get the stuff, because when we were kids, you might have had a couple of things here and there, but you didn't think to save it. And when you go through eBay and you look at the people that have the McDonald's containers, who thinks to keep a McDonald's container?
Those styrofoam containers.
Yeah, the one that
and people are paying a good premium for those too. It's crazy.
But who thinks in 1980, man, you know what? I'm gonna keep this container because in 2023 somebody gonna pay me $100 for it. And I mean, I know it's not possible, but I always think, man, that person went back into that time and got some and brought it back. Because who does that?
The best one with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, I think, was the one where they were in prison.
Yeah, that's Stir Crazy.
Oh, Stir Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The Tim Conway version, it's the $1 Billion Hobo. $1 Billion Hobo. I think it was from the late 70s.
One of the basketball court with the small basketballs. That you can put in the garage Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's just a little hoop that you put on the back of the door. I think that's what he's talking about.
Or is it the short little standy one like Fisher Price used to make?
A smaller version of the kinds in the arcade. Okay. Rules of $30 million deal. You have to follow the rules of the $30 million deal. I'll buy a house and some land.
It has the problem with the $30 million deal is he can't have anything to show for it when he's done.
Oh, I don't need to go. You can't buy nothing. I mean, you can party like all of these what you do is you go hook up with
$30 million on one party because some celebrities do that crap.
I know. You need to hook up with a celebrity so you can learn how to spend. When you broke all the time, you don't know how to spend $30 million in 30 days.
Yeah.
You got to go hook up with a celebrity like Kim Kardashian or some. Hey man, can I hang out with you for 30 days?
Yeah.
For 30 days so I can spend this 30 minutes. I bet she'll show you how to spend it. She'll like, oh yeah, I can help you spend that money real good. But you always broke. You don't know what to do. You trying to keep some and get some stocks and some crypto. I would go back to when Bitcoin was worth $1. And then come back to when it was $30,000.
No,
sell it all.
I think it peaked at 67.
No, it peaked at 30, I thought. Was it whenever the peak was?
67,000 was the peak.
Oh wow. Well, I'll go back to that time. Go back to when it was like under $1, buy a ton. Come back forward to when it was at its peak, sell it all.
Yeah.
And then come back to now.
I see.
So you have the money. I would keep Undercover Leo, Apollo Leo, and recolor all of Mikey that's where Surfing Leo. Oh yeah. Because he would go back to 94 and get all of the Playmates Turtles. I would definitely get all the Shogun Warriors.
The Shogun Warriors.
$30 million in 1980s money. Wow. That's a lot. I couldn't spend. We were watching because I like to watch American Greed.
Oh God. Yeah.
And this guy went through $52 million in 6 months. And he stole the money from somebody.
Yeah. He was supposed to be a trustee.
Yeah, he was supposed to be a trustee.
For a widow.
Yeah. And
I remember that one.
He convinced the trustee board to give him $52 million to invest. And he went out and bought a a little airport and fighter jets from the Second World War and all kinds of stuff. And he had the building all with like this super high security and weapons and gun mounts on top of the building.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah. And he had all of these armored vehicles and everybody in the town, because it was a small town, it's like, what's going on?
Because his intention was to start a security company.
Yeah.
He just got carried away and never actually got the company going.
Yeah. Nobody thinks like that. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know, but I guess those people that keep that kind of stuff are like hoarders. Because if you ever watch Hoarders, those people have like a lot of stuff.
Remember the woman who had the barrel full of big pens?
No.
It was a whole barrel and it was full of pens.
Oh, I can't talk because I got like a tote full of pens.
She had a whole barrel full of pens, like a 55-gallon drum full of pens. And they were like trying to get rid of it. She's like, "Oh, you can't do that." And it's like, well, what the hell are we gonna do with what must be like 10,000 pens? She was like, someone might need a pen. It's like, well, you take like 5 out. No. It was hilarious.
How many people are gonna need a pen?
As long they dry out after a while. You can't just sit in there forever.
Because every time I go to my tote, I need a pen. They don't write, so I gotta throw them out, and then I grab it. I go through like 5 pens before I find one.
You know what you do?
What?
Is you go to that person like 2 weeks later. Hey, have you got a pen? And just watch them like start falling apart because they knew they had a whole freaking barrel full, and the hoarder crew threw them out. Son of a bitch! I had a whole freaking barrel. Years I've waited for somebody to ask me for a damn pen. I knew it.
Richard's mom sold all his toys for bingo money.
That's terrible.
Yeah. The only thing I haven't gotten back from my childhood is an original Voltron. One of these days, I'm going to break down and get. Well, you better hurry up and break down. I had a lot of McFarlane Super Spider-Man. I sold 3 times, but I should have kept them longer. Thanks, David.
Yeah, he's talking about the billion dollar Ubo.
Don Knotts and Private Eyes.
Don Knotts. People don't even remember who those guys are anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah. You know? You're right.
You couldn't tell anybody.
No, you could not tell anybody you had that ability because they would wreck it. Totally wreck it.
No, that was the rule. Only one person and the attorney could know.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about Brewster's Million?
Brewster's Million. His buddy, I think his buddy knew, and then his attorney.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was allowed to tell anyone else.
Oh, yeah, the way it ended, he bought that stamp for the remainder of the money and mailed it off.
Mailed the stamp,
Mailed off that stamp.
Because he can't have anything to show.
I don't like that part of the rule. I want to have because I would get a nice house with some land and dig up a pond and buy all kind of invasive animals and put it in there. I'm serious. If I get a pond, buying. It got this African bullfrog that's not indigenous to the U.S.
It's like a dinner plate. The thing is, it eats birds. It's like,
and I will buy all of these ducks
What's wrong
and geese.
with you?
And I'm gonna buy some turtles and swans. And I'm filling up my own thing. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, God.
Let's see.
Shame on you, Robert.
Oh no. But some people do. They got these big drug habits. Look how many times we've watched those shows with the singers, and they got hundreds of thousands of dollars in drugs a week.
Flava Flav.
Ooh,
he spent a ton on crack. He admitted that in an interview.
Yeah.
So he didn't have nothing. He was spending everything on crack. That's crazy.
Man.
But that happens. Some of these guys get hooked pretty bad.
Johnny would die if he couldn't tell his friends.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot tell anybody. I'll tell David. That's about it. I wouldn't tell my mama either. Yeah. Ooh, can you go get me something? Oh, can you buy me something?
Oh, yeah.
But what if you buy something for somebody?
I don't know how that works.
Well,
they had provisions like you could only spend X on charity. You could only spend X on
no,
gambling.
like what if you buy your mama a house?
Well, that's still tangible.
Oh.
It's still a tangible good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I saw a bidding war of McDonald's sleepy bag of fries, French fries. $62, and I thought for an empty fry bag. Yep. Who keeps that stuff?
I don't know.
$30 million, just give it to me, and I can start my own 20 million.
MIB, you got a $30 million museum going down there?
Yeah.
Is it worth that much yet?
Go to Tokyo, head to. You can spend $30 million and have nothing to show for it. You'll enjoy it if you can remember it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I know. Now I want to see the movie again. For y'all to clean your collections. Do y'all ever start tearing stuff down and start cleaning them?
That was just a regular routine that we use.
Yeah.
For the maintenance. Plus, there's dehumidifiers. Right, we have them off now, so you can hear us clearly. But we keep the dehumidifiers running all the time, and that actually reduces the dust quite a bit.
Yeah. Hey, Vigo. How are you? What was the movie that John Candy shot that bear?
I don't remember that.
I used my profits to have a wiener dog ranch and raise Dutch hounds.
Dachshunds.
It doesn't say Dachshunds.
Dachshunds. That's how you spell Dachshund.
No, I thought it was Dutch hounds.
No,
Dachshund. I want to see Cocaine Bear. I thought you said you watched that yesterday. I'd hire Larry Hama and give me art lessons.
He doesn't deserve $120 million.
Isn't that the guy that did the G.I. Joe art?
That is the G.I. Joe. Well, he's the one that wrote the stories primarily.
The two lawyers and the trustee.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I knew it was something like that.
If he followed the rules, he got $100 million in the end, so you could still have your turtle sanctuary. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, how do you just spend $30 million on what? I mean, I guess you could go on vacation, do a lot of elaborate vacations, and like rent a house,
rent a cruise ship.
Yeah, rent a cruise ship for you and all of your toy friends, and talk about toys and comic books. You could do that, and you can go to an island or something and hang out and eat exotic foods.
I suppose you'd find a way to do it. You just have to be clever about it.
I guess.
Uncle Buck was good. Uncle Buck's one of his best.
I think that's the movie where he shot the bear.
No,
it's not.
Great Outdoors.
Oh, The Great Outdoors.
There, yeah, but Uncle Buck is the one with Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, okay.
And he made the giant pancake.
300 million. Oh God. I know. We look at the lottery numbers. We always want to win, but we don't play.
Yeah.
But
maybe we'll find a ticket.
Yeah, one day we'll find a ticket laying on the ground. That was a pretty good movie, The Great Outdoors. We'll find a ticket laying on the ground, and it'll be the winning ticket, and the person didn't sign it. Because if you sign it, you're done. If you sign it and lose it, nobody else can use it. So that sucks.
That's why they invented whiteout.
They're not gonna take it if you white it out.
I can get that signature off. If I can get it off a comic book, I can get it off of that ticket.
You ain't getting it off of no ticket.
That flimsy paper, no, it's not coming off.
No, you'll wipe the numbers off before you get that signature off.
I'll try.
Oh.
You write underneath it, pay to the order of, and then you add your name.
Pay out to cash.
Yeah, to cash.
Oh, okay, yeah, we saw that. I'll be nervous with that much money. I always remember Kramer on the train. Oh, yeah.
But they caught that guy.
They did catch that guy.
They caught that guy. Kramer got his ass saved.
Clean all y'all little museum does. It take a couple of weeks explain everything. examine your stuff by cleaning. No, it don't take that. It don't
No.
take us that long because we clean often. And like when I clean in sections.
Mhm.
So you clean this section, you wipe stuff down, you move stuff. Or if I just come in here and I say, "Oh, let me move that," then you wipe it off as you move it and keep going. You sweep
Mhm.
like weekly or something like that, and then you mop monthly, but you wipe down, like maybe once a week or something like that.
Yeah.
But you got to constantly stay on top of it. If you don't clean for 6 months, then you got a big job on your
But
hands.
then even again, because it's a controlled environment, it doesn't even build up that much.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to take off, Johnny?
See you, Johnny. Thanks for
Okay.
hanging out with us.
Yep. So yeah, with the because it's sealed off, there's no outside interference, there's no windows.
Mm-hmm.
It's climate controlled. There's dehumidifiers, so it doesn't build up hardly anyways. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's controlled so well. But then you just go section by section, and there's a method to it. We've done a couple of videos on it actually.
Yeah, and it doesn't take long. You put your music on and you just get to cleaning it. It take you like a couple hours, but it doesn't take days unless you just take days. Um, David, you ever open some figures? I don't open nothing.
Sometimes,
David opens some of his.
not the vintage stuff, but like the Mezcos or something like that, or like my Mondo Masters of the Universe are on display.
But yeah,
Stuff
that
like
kind
that.
of got to be out. You kind of got to take that out.
Oh, Gilgamesh doesn't think the new Sergeant Slaughter's worth the $33.
I never seen it. I've seen some of the new classifieds, but not the Sergeant Slaughter. But I don't think it's worth $33. I don't think any of that stuff is worth over $20.
Yeah, well,
But it is.
even McFarlane's starting to creep up.
Yeah, and
'Cause
he was the last holdout.
he was the last holdout, and his figures are like approaching the 20. Although they do have a Build-A-Figure part, they're on the $26 range now.
If the bubble is damaged, I try to fix it. Like if it start coming apart, I'll glue it back down. And I've had some like that. I've bought some and it said, the bubble is starting to come apart, but everything is still there.
Yeah.
I'll buy it. If they say that it's like that, I'll buy it as long as other than that it's never been played with and all of the parts are there, and then I'll get it and re-glue it. So I'll do that, but I wouldn't open anything myself,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's something like like I had the Mayfex that's meant to be open. The Mondo,
Mostly newer stuff.
yeah,
Because I figure with a lot of the vintage stuff, if it lasted this long without getting opened, it deserves to be left alone. Because some of it you just can't find sealed anymore. It's so hard. It's so hard to find it in original condition. And just for the historic value and the aesthetic value, I like to keep it sealed.
John, if you got 120 million, you got enough money to add yourself a little bonus room,
Yeah,
to put all your stuff in. 120 million, I'll buy myself a new place to put my stuff in.
oh yeah.
So then I won't have to have anything packed away.
Get
I can display.
Get a pods and put it out in the yard, and then
Putting nothing in no pods. I did that pods.
string some lights in there.
I fixed my mama house up.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
I don't care what people say. I like the reaction.
That's all right.
I think the reaction
The
Joes
card
are
art,
good.
the card art is really nice on a lot of the reaction figures. I don't care for them myself, but if you like them, hey.
Yeah, they look good. I like the card art on it, and it looks like the original figure because it's that size already, and the card art looks really good. I mean, if you're honest, the original Joes don't look all that great. You know what I mean? As far
Uh,
as the way it looks, the actual figure. So
what are you talking about? Arnold Schwarzenegger?
what?
Is that what you mean? He says, "Do you have any Arnie figures?"
Oh yeah, you got those Arnold Schwarzenegger
Uh,
figure. What are they? What's those figures called?
the
Commandos.
Diamond Toys Commando.
Hmm. You ever have someone switch up what they send you from eBay? I bought a full metal Edward sealed a week ago. When he showed up, he was no way the one in the picture. I had somebody do that. I don't think they did it on purpose. Because when I contact them, I told them, "Hey, I didn't order this. I ordered that," and they were like, "Oh, my bad. Send that back." And then
By
they sent me,
accident.
yeah,
Yeah, not an okey doke. No,
yeah.
I don't think I've run into that one. I don't
Not
think
on purpose.
I had somebody switch a return, and I did a whole video on that
Yeah.
a couple months back. But I've not had somebody deliberately send me the wrong thing. I
Yeah.
don't think.
And then act like
Yeah.
they didn't know nothing when you call them back on it. But I've had, I think only like twice, I've had somebody send me the wrong thing by mistake. But then when I contacted them and I showed them, "Hey, I got this, and
Mhm.
my order said that," and they were like, "Oh, okay, my bad. I put the wrong thing in the thing, blah blah blah."
Yeah.
And then I send it back, and they send me the right one.
Yeah. But yeah, you can see them sitting there now, and that's a handful of the Diamond Toys Arnold Schwarzenegger figures in different sizes and packaging. It's a huge can of worms. It really is. It's a huge can of worms because even though there's only 8 figures, they come in 2 standard sizes, plus there's the deluxe line, and on 3 different styles of cards. So because there's 2 packs, there's a black and red card, there's the or black, white, and red, and there's also a black and yellow card, and then there's white and black 2 packs, and they also came in a 6-inch size, like this one, but this one is a different one from how the other 6-inch figures are carded, and then the big ones like this, and so by the time all is said and done, 8 figures becomes like 54 or something. It's crazy. So that's a huge can of worms, and they're very hard to find.
John says Debbie would buy a farmhouse and let him put his stuff out in the outhouse.
Yeah, Eric, thanks for coming back. But last night, again, the last couple of times we did a stream, there was a problem, and so that's why we're even on tonight, because we're trying to we're getting all those problems resolved.
Finish stuff like that, and you're afraid that you going to drool on it.
I don't want to open it. Doesn't bother me at all, because you can find it loose. If I want a loose one, I can go find a loose one.
Yeah. I don't need to be playing games and with the little kids inside of you says, "Please, no. Ain't nothing inside me saying nothing."
Nope.
It says set it down on the shelf and walk away from it.
No.
What?
I've not really had that problem so much.
To the card and older figures. No, like I said, I've bought some.
Yeah.
Where the and you can tell that the person didn't take it apart. The glue did come.
And usually
loose.
That's caused from rapid temperature changes.
Yeah.
Like if somebody had them stored in a storage unit, if something was in a storage unit for a really long time, I'd be nervous, because heat and cold, heat and cold, heat and cold, it'll make that stuff give up.
Yeah.
And so, or especially if there's moisture, and you see that sometimes, like especially when we go to the outdoor show, and you can see them starting to fog up on the inside of the package, and I'm like, oh, this one was in a storage. I wouldn't buy that one.
Yeah, because it got moisture
it's
on
got
the
moisture
inside, water droplets.
the blister. That's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know that they did, actually. An Eddie Murphy figure? I don't think so.
I don't think anybody did. The Bigfoot action figure, whoa. 71, that's not bad.
Which Bigfoot? Are you talking about the original Kenner, or are you talking about one of the remakes? Because, it's been done a few times.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
How many days it got on it? I mean, that's what I go by.
Yeah.
Because I'll see something and I'll put a price in my mind.
I mean, there's even a recent one that the Hasbro did for the wrestling television or movie icon ones.
Didn't Johnny just show one on his channel?
I think he did.
A Bigfoot, but that one I think was from the 90s.
The Kenner?
Oh, it's Kenner?
It's worth way more than that, even loose.
But you better hop on that.
He still has his chest plate, because his chest opens up and you can see like mechanical parts inside.
Oh wow!
Because he's a bionic Bigfoot.
Is that from the 90s?
No, that is from like 76, 75, 76.
I think the one Johnny showed was from the 90s. That Bigfoot he showed recently. MIB. I think it was from the 90s.
Because it's been redone a couple of times, but smaller scale, not as big as the bionic Bigfoot, which was like, I know they retooled that to make the deluxe Chewbacca, like that one that's sitting there. That's what they did with that. But yeah, the bionic Bigfoot, any of those bionic toys Kenners are tough now, especially in the box.
Man, you better put $78.91.
You on eBay?
$78.91. You better put it in, because $72 ain't gonna cut it. Don't be like me. That's my move, and I lose every time. But $78.91 or something, or $79.94, something weird like that. Make sure you get it, because then you have some weirdo that's gonna put $138.
When is that going out? Are you bidding down that on eBay?
Yeah, and then you got to look at how many days.
Because that's like here's one that's his arms fell off. That's got 2 days on it, and it's up to $157.50 loose.
Oh no, you talking the wrong thing now. That flex on Lady Gaga playing Holly. I
don't know nothing about them people.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm actually kind of nervous, but then I have been following it in the news reels, and from the way it looks, the way it sounds, from what I've been reading so far, she's gonna be, Harley Quinn, the doctor, and because the whole movie's supposed to take place at Arkham, and Joker's in Arkham, and he's doing music therapy, and she's because she is a doctor, she's a psychiatrist, and she, I guess she's going to be in charge of the music therapy, and that's how they meet, and she gets a fascination with him, and that's how they're going to introduce this musical part of it. And I've seen pictures of it where she's dressed and got on the Harley Quinn makeup, but it's not overdone, and he has on the Joker makeup, and they just hugging and look like they're about to kiss and all of that. So I am kind of nervous, but I've seen one movie she was in, and she wasn't bad. I saw
A Star Is Born.
Yeah, and she wasn't bad, and she can actually sing. I don't know how I feel about the singing part. That's the part that makes me more nervous than just her being in the thing. Cocaine Bear is based on that's
what I heard. Hey, it would be interesting if it turned out he imagined her the whole time, like he did with his little love affair in the first film.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a little schizophrenia there.
Maybe, but I saw something today, and it was saying that they're filming multiple endings to the movie. That they're already going to film like multiple endings. So I guess like 2-3 endings or something.
They do that to throw people off.
Yeah,
so
in case something gets leaked out.
Something gets leaked.
Yeah.
Violent Santa.
Oh, okay.
It's a movie.
When I see Lady Gaga, I see Marilyn Manson in more drag than
Marilyn Manson looks like somebody's sweet old grandmother now.
Any new statues on pre-order? No, I am done with statues. I have no more statues on pre-order right now. I don't have any ideas to get any new statues. I'm kind of statued out. There's nothing coming up right now that I'm even interested in, unless they make like a Man-Thing statue, which I doubt they'll make. there's nothing as far as statue wise
Mm-hmm.
that I'm going after, and I don't have any on pre-order, and I'm grateful for that. All of that pre-order. I have a lot of action figures on pre-order. And who knows when that's going to be released. It's already been pushed back another 6 months, and I ordered it like 2 years ago. So who knows? Is Joaquin Phoenix your favorite Joker?
That's hard to say, because I mean, everybody who's played Joker that we've seen, because we did not see the Jared Leto version.
No.
But you know, even going back as far as like Cesar Romero did an outstanding job on that show, and then Jack Nicholson. But everybody did it their own way. They did it different. Yeah, I don't have I don't have a Bigfoot right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a Bigfoot right now. I only get a handful of sealed Kenner. Although I would do $6 Million Man stuff loose also.
Oh, you would?
I used to have one boxed and one loose for all the figures in the set.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Bigfoot is a tough one now.
Yeah. Yeah, like David said with the Joker, I like Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and Joaquin Phoenix. All of them were different Jokers. They weren't the same, and I like that about them.
Differently,
yeah, they all portrayed it differently, and I think that's what also makes it real good. But I guess I kind of do like Joaquin Phoenix. I guess probably because he's the Joker right now. I really like him, but I like them all. Well, those three, because like he said, we didn't see the Jared Leto, so you can't. I don't never count him because I never seen him.
I haven't seen it either because I never saw Suicide Squad. So
yeah,
I heard a lot of people didn't care for it, but you know, I didn't see it. So.
Yeah, but then you got to make your opinion yourself, because people don't care for a lot of stuff, and then you see it and it's great, or people say, "Oh, that was great," and then you see it and it's awful.
Yeah.
So but I do like Joaquin Phoenix a lot. Right now he's my favorite Joker because I guess he's the Joker right now. I'm liking the new Batman, the guy that's playing the Batman. I think he's doing a great job. I know a lot of people, Pattinson. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I thought that movie was great. I thought
she liked the different take on it.
Yeah, I like it that it wasn't an origin story, number one. How many times you need to retell the origin story of Batman? You don't need to tell that anymore. I like that they started in the middle of him being Batman. I like it because it was more realistic. You know, it wasn't fanciful. Even the car was more realistic.
Yeah.
The characters were more realistic. Like the Penguin didn't look like some mutant creature.
Or like even when he did the when he had that flying squirrel suit.
Yeah.
When he had to jump from the building, he hesitated.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, wait a minute, do I really want to jump off a 40-story building?"
Yeah.
And then when he landed, he came down hard.
And he was rolling and everything.
And when he got up, he was limping away.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect. And I thought it was good. And I like that he was a detective. Because in the other Batmans, it's like, okay, it had a plot, but it was like, okay, well, what is Batman doing? At least in this one, he was like a detective trying to solve a case, trying to solve these murders, and you could follow it and you could get into that. So I thought they did a good job, and I'm excited about the next one coming out because it sounds like it's going to be Mr. Freeze. I heard that I hear that they're trying to get, or some rumors that Bryan Cranston might play that role.
Yeah.
You know,
we'll see.
Yeah, you need an older guy. You need an older guy that's kind of frailly looking and weak. You don't need some big.
Well, not necessarily weak, but
you know, like frailly looking. He's strong,
average looking.
Yeah, nobody that look like they lift weights, 8 hours a day.
Yeah, when Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Although that was a neat costume.
Yeah, you don't need that, Mr. Freeze. And I thought it was a good idea because Batista said that he wanted to play Bane. And the guy was like, "No, you're too old." And it was like, You know, I think he would have been good as Bane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Bane character. I like that. I like Bane as a villain. I like that character. So we read that one. Considering Summer Steve Austin, I've been trying to basically get some of that stuff back.
A lot of it is hard to find now. That's true.
James Gunn.
Yeah, he's been that's on the back burner as well. Swamp Thing.
Yeah, I heard that he's gonna make that into like a horror movie. To find at least.
Mark Hamill. Yeah, Gilgamesh likes the Mark Hamill version.
I do like the Mark Hamill. I think Mark Hamill did a good job as Joker.
And then he was putting it on. Yeah, loose stuff is either broken or damaged real bad. It's got mold in the clothes. Yeah, and you see a lot of that, especially with like the '60s Joe stuff and things like that, or 70s Joe and '70s $6 Million Man, things like that. Anything with soft goods. Robert likes the '66 Penguin. Oh, with what is his name? Regis Meredith.
Oh, he played Penguin?
Yeah, he was the Penguin in the '66 Batman.
Elizabeth just seen the original ER cookie. Oh no. Oh, I don't even want to see.
Poor old Eeyore.
What about
voiced by the same guy who did Optimus Prime
in the new Batman? A quarter of hour is going to be in the new Batman.
I don't know.
I've heard something about that. I have heard something about that.
Oh yeah, they did that a lot though. Batman had my favorite thing from the comics. Batman standing around a crime scene with annoyed cops. Yeah. Why is he here?
Yeah, they all hated him.
Yeah.
But he got the job done.
He did.
Because they couldn't figure nothing out. So and that's how it was in the animated series. They hated when Batman came. Why do you keep calling him? Especially what was the fat guy name? The detective.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I cannot think of his name right now. But he hated him.
Yeah.
But then he knew he could get the job done.
Yeah.
I like to see someone like
Dead Man.
I want to see Dead Man and Phantom Stranger, but then I'm kind of scared how they're gonna portray him. Yeah. I like animated. I kind of almost wish they do everything animated. Because not Disney. DC does a good job in their animated films. And they have a new animated Batman movie coming out. I can't think of the name of it right now, but I think it's coming out this year, or it came out like in December or something. So I'm gonna look for it. Elizabeth wants to bid with her Christmas money from our relatives. Okay.
Remember to account for tax
and shipping.
Yeah. The Sean Thing show wasn't that bad.
How Steve. Yeah, I like the 2019 Swamp Thing. I thought that was really good, but they said they canceled it because of the cost. The cost per episode was really high.
I don't like any Robin. I never liked Robin. Bullock, thank you.
Yeah, Bullock. The Robin on the animated series was all right. I didn't care for the Robin in the Batman movie with Christian Bale. You remember the guy on the last one? He was gonna be Robin. That guy.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that.
I'm glad they dropped that.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
You went after Batman.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah,
sure.
He did. He was always after Batman. Great movie.
We gotta bring back what was the name of that show with the chimpanzees? Saturday morning live action in the 70s. And he was a secret agent.
I know.
I'm trying to remember. That was a weird show.
Oh, okay. John won something. Harvey 20-pack of comics. Has anybody been going to
there
Ollie's?
It is. Lancelot Link.
Has anybody been getting comics from Ollie's?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ollie's
Because
got
Ollie's has those
comics.
they've got those packs, but some of that stuff is there's a lot of copyrighted stuff in there
Yeah.
going back to the 70s. And
And
we've been seeing people turning up like Micronauts and stuff like that.
yeah.
They're actually they're in pretty decent condition.
And
The books.
I had filmed the ones we got, and they had what, like some Transformers, Conan and
Yeah.
stuff. And now I guess they're switching it up because somebody showed they had some Care Bears in there and different things. So
I don't know where that stuff's coming from, but
yeah.
Ollie's has been turning them up.
Not bad. Yeah, $14.
Okay.
Good.
No Ollie's where Robert is.
Oh, okay.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple around here. One's not very close though.
The one that had the good stuff in it, like we went to one recently, that's closer to us, and they had no comics at all. And then the one that was kind of far away, they had a bunch.
Yeah.
So
and that's the one we needed to get to.
And
we can't just run out there for that.
No,
though.
not for all that. But they also got Omnibus in there.
Yeah, they had a ton of Omnibus.
Yeah, they have Omnibus. It's more modern stuff, but still they got Omnibus if you want some Omnibus.
Yeah, it might, if there's something there you might like.
Yeah,
it might surprise you if anybody's interested in, if they have an Ollie's near them.
Yeah, because it's not like Walmart. It's not a Family Dollar. It's not on every corner.
Yeah,
you got to look for it.
Swing by and see if there happens to be one in the area.
Had a lot of comments. I bought several omnibuses and art books. Yeah, they got art books there. They got a lot of nice stuff.
Yeah, the EC, it's easier to get the EC than it is to get the originals, the reprints.
Yeah,
some of those aren't cheap either.
Yeah, they can go pretty.
Yeah, some of those aren't cheap either.
Yeah, you got to buy those online, on eBay in lots. So
that's a question for you.
Oh, do you have Tomb of Dracula from Marvel? I got a bunch. Yeah, that's one of the runs that I'm trying to complete. I have some. I can't remember right now how many I have, but I do have a good bit. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. That's because you got to buy lots.
Yeah, you got to buy lots.
Or you got to pick the bins and you go to the shows.
And that's what I do. Yeah. I sit there and I pick those bins. And I found some, and even the seller was like, because they saw where I got it from. Me like, you got that out of that bin that wasn't supposed to be there. I mean, they sell it to me for that price.
You should have been on top of it.
Because one guy, he was like, oh man, I didn't know that was there. I wasn't supposed. You got a real good eye because that's not supposed to be there. And he sold it to me for the price, and I think it was like a $5 bin, but that book was not $5.
No,
it wasn't a $5 book.
That's why you always, because a lot of times, and I've talked about that too. These dealers, they buy each other out at these shows. You know, the show's closing out, and they'll go around, and I've seen them do this. What do you want for your table? How much do you want if I take all your wall books? How much do you want if I pull all your long boxes off the table? And there are some people, they don't want to pack that stuff up again. And they'll work out a deal, but then they bite off more than they can chew. And they end up coming to another show and never had a chance to go through it. So they just kind of, they go through and they'll put a sticker. I've seen that a lot too. All the orange stickers are $2. All the red stickers are $5. And they don't even know what's in there. They don't even know. And I've pulled some real gems flipping through those boxes and be like, holy crap, okay, this is in here.
I have too.
Yeah.
And I got some omnibus. I'm gonna get a few more. I'd rather have the omnibus to read. I like to read them because I read my comics. I got a lot of single books now. At first I wasn't into the single books, but some of the titles don't have an omnibus to go with it, so you got to get the single books. But I still read them. You know, I'm more careful, but I'll still read it.
Yeah.
I don't care for graded books. That's just me. I don't have nothing against graded books. I'm just not a fan. I want to hold the books in my hand and do all of that. So I'm not, and I don't know what floppies mean.
No, you got quite a drive.
Woo! Yeah, you're not going to Ollie's.
Yeah, by Jet.
Debbie just found out her Raggedy Ann salt and pepper shakers. Bid one. Wow, $47. I saw a Raggedy Ann and Andy. What is that thing? It's like it's not a car. It's like a little rocking thing. You get inside and you can rock back and forth.
Oh, and it's got the solid sidewalls.
Yeah, it has a solid
and it's got like a
sidewall.
tray on the front. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I saw that on eBay. Well, no, actually I saw it in a thrift store.
Mall.
Yeah, an antique mall. And they wanted a lot. And I looked on eBay and they had it cheap, but the shipping was more than the cost of the thing.
That you often see that, and a lot of people don't realize that's why you go with a freight carrier, because they're looking at you at USPS shipping, but you can. Oh, thanks for joining us, LJ. The
see you, LJ. Bye. Thanks for stopping by.
When you got something that's bulky or heavy, then you use either UPS or FedEx, and it's cheaper.
Hot Toys on pre-order. Did you guys get that Art Joker?
No, I got nothing modern left on pre-order.
I don't have Hot Toys on pre-order. There's no only Hot Toy that has come out that I would want.
Oh, G.I. Joe Eddie's got to go.
Okay, see you. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for joining us.
Only thing that's out that I would want is the Batman. I didn't get it. So no, I don't have any Hot Toys on pre-order.
But we're trying to back up from the modern stuff anyway.
Yeah. Like I said, I do have some action figures on pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store, and they're mainly like Super 7 Turtles and Super 7 Thundercats, and I think that's it. Just those, and they're like a couple of waves because they're waves behind. So I got a few waves sitting there. You know, I buy those old comics used to have, and now actually hurts reading them. I never used to need. Just get some reading glasses. That's what I did.
You can't have my magnifying glass. Go to Harbor Freight.
No, we got it from Northern.
Yeah, but Harbor Freight sells that stuff.
Yeah, too. Harbor Freight sell it. Or just get yourself some reading glasses from Family Dollar. That's what I did. Because I can't see nothing. So I read, when I read my comics, I put my reading glasses on.
Silly.
And I read my comics. And that's what I do.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how it's handled? Anyways, it's getting close to 11 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
So we'll go ahead and we'll wrap it up for this evening. And again, we are doing this tomorrow because we have a live with Comic Collector Geek, and then again on Tuesday with New 80s Revolution. So you lost out on the bid.
Yeah.
The classroom is there's two classrooms, and there's one that comes with figures and one without, and the one with figures can be really tough. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining us this evening while we tested this out. And glad that we were able to resolve a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because that was a big issue for us. And we thank you for joining us.
Yep. And we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, if you're able to make it at 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
We will be back.
Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time.
So y'all have a good night. And again, thank you for sitting and chatting with us. Bye.